Okay, check, 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 check. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. Well, good afternoon, everybody. We welcome you to another edition of Grand Forks Royals American Legion Baseball today here on News Radio 1310 KNOX, 103.3, 107.9 FM, KNOXradio.com, and also those of you online that are taking in our video stream tonight on KNOX TV on YouTube and part of our KNOX Live Sports Package. Ryan Cunningham with you here this evening along with Alex Carminati, and we're getting ready for what could be a pretty big set of matchups tonight for both of these teams, particularly for the Grand Forks Royals, who come into this matchup at 7-7. They're a game back in the loss column of these Bismarck Governors, who are 7-6, a game and a half behind the current third-place team in the state, the Mandan Chiefs, and trying to move their way up into the upper echelon of the statewide standings. But tonight, Bismarck comes to town, and these should be a couple of very gritty matchups. And the last time the Royals were here, things went perfectly for Grand Forks. I mean, not the entire game, but as far as final results were concerned, down 4-0 going into the bottom of the 7th inning on Tuesday night, a 5-run rally, and the Grand Forks Royals come away with a 5-4 walk-off victory. Something Nick Chine will talk about later on in our pregame report is this team finally getting the big hit that it needed with runners on base to turn a corner at the end of a baseball game. That's something they have been missing, and he feels like they finally got that aspect of the game that they needed to try to turn something that might not have gone their way into a victory. They then scored 5 in the bottom of the second inning of Game 2 and held on for a 5-3 victory. But those were a couple of big wins over a team in post 400 that had just won a tournament out in Montana and were coming home with a lot of momentum. And beyond all of that, it was a team in post 400 that Grand Forks had to catch in the standings, and they did so. And so now that's in the rearview mirror, and the Bismarck Governors come to town. State tournaments in Fargo this year at Jack Williams Stadium. As you know, everybody in the 10-team statewide league makes it, but seeding matters, and it matters a lot. You don't want to be in one of those pigtail matchups, the 7-10 or the 8-9. You want to be steady in the top half of the statewide league. And with the front runners in the league like Fargo Post 2 and the West Fargo Patriots all having a couple of losses, it could be anybody's game this year when it comes down to this statewide league and how it stacks up when we get to state tournament time coming up in a couple of weeks. So it's been an exciting season thus far, and it's going to continue to be an exciting season for this team, and we expect no different coming up tonight. We really should see some good excitement in this one coming up this evening as well as we get ready for what could be, well, maybe some of the best games of the year for both of these teams and certainly for the Grand Forks Royals, and they could use their best outings of the year tonight to try to make this thing move in the right direction. We bring it to you tonight courtesy of our premier sports partners, and our premier sports partners include Rivard's Turf and Forage. They are a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. You can find all of their products online at rivards.com. Remember, when you're doing business with the professionals at Rivard's, you're doing business with a group that can change their seed varieties over the course of the growing season to adjust to what we have happening here. That's a huge advantage for you instead of buying with the big box stores that give you a one-and-done recipe at the beginning of the season. Not Rivard's. Do business with science on your side at rivards.com. And we bring it to you courtesy of Grand Trailer Sales. They're your home for all things trailer in East Grand Forks. If you've had a trailer in the first half of the summer that has taken a beating or you've noticed it needs some work, time to get it into that top-notch service department that they have at Grand Trailer Sales. They can take care of all the service needs that you have. If it's time for a new trailer, any make and model, they can help you with that as well. Should be a good one. We're going to talk with Nick Chine, the head coach of Grand Forks Royals American Legion Baseball coming up. Part 1 of the conversation, review where this team has been and set up what could be a big night tonight. And in Part 2, we'll talk a little bit more about the pitching staff that we have going for the evening. So stay with us for that as we continue along with that situation that we'll have for you in a couple of moments on our pregame report. And we'll take a look at the complete statewide standings along with our starting lineups and baseball scheduled for a first pitch of 5 o'clock this evening here at Kraft Field and the Oxford Sports Complex in Midtown Grand Forks, North Dakota. It's the Grand Forks Royals hosting the Bismarck Governors tonight on the Rivard's Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. We're back with more on our pregame report next.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks. Gear up for ski season or hit the trails on a fat tire bike. At the Ski and Bike Shop, we offer top brands, ski and snowboard service, and everything you need for cold weather fun. The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks, where your next adventure begins.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion baseball tonight here on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham and Alex Carminati with you here tonight from Kraft Field in the Oxford Sports Complex, where Grand Forks is at home tonight to take on the Bismarck Governors in a pair. We'll have Game 1 here on KNOX Radio and also on KNOX Live Sports on video. For those of you that are catching us on radio and want to take in the remainder of the broadcast when you get in front of your video screen, a couple of ways you can do that. Go to our website, knoxradio.com. Look underneath the sports tab and click on the live sports link. There will be a viewing window right there on that page. You can also go directly to our YouTube channel for those of you with smart TVs and just look up KNOX TV, which is our channel on YouTube, and pull the video right through your television so you have an opportunity to take this one in. And those of you that might be in the capital city area of Bismarck, thank you for joining us on the video side tonight as well, as Bismarck comes to town to take on Grand Forks. Our pregame report brought to you this evening by our friends at Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. They can put custom materials on a number of different pieces of apparel, wood, plastic, metal. They make your logo pop, and they also have vinyl signage that you're looking for as well. You'll find them just north of the Point in East Grand Forks at Signature Graphics and Apparel. And our pregame report brought to you by True North Equipment. True to your values, ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the Red River Valley. True North Equipment has been servicing the John Deere products that you've come to know and love generationally in our area at True North Equipment. Well, let's take a look at what's going on as far as the statewide standings coming into tonight, as that obviously is going to be a big focus on what we're talking about. And to no surprise, Fargo Post 2 is out in front of the league. And one of the big numbers that stands out when you look at their run differential is the way that they've done it this season. They're 12-2, and right now that's only a game ahead of West Fargo in the loss column, 3 up in the win column. West Fargo's 9-3, but West Fargo scored 87 runs this year. Post 2 scored 121 runs, and so there's a big differential. Fargo Post 2 has outscored their opponents by 96 runs this season. West Fargo's outscored their opponents by 40, so there's a little different tier going on between those two coming into the night. And also Post 2 is now on a 4-game winning streak and unbeaten at home, whereas the Patriots 2-2 at home, but 7-1 away. They've got quite a few home games coming up to finish the season. But those two are the front runners. Mandan's 8-5. They're in third place, and Grand Forks split with Mandan and would have tiebreaker differential on Mandan based on the method of head-to-head competition. Bismarck 7-6, Grand Forks 7-7. The reason why that sweep over post 400 for Grand Forks on Tuesday was big is that post 400's 4-6, and Grand Forks takes 2. If that's a split, you're talking about a post 400 team that's 5-5, and a Grand Forks team that would be, well, probably in a 6-8 situation, something like that. Or, yeah, you take a win away, add a loss. So in the long run, that was a huge situation for Grand Forks to pick up those 2 wins. Dickinson's 5-7, Minot's 6-8, and that's something that Nick Chine will talk about in a couple moments. That game will be big as well. Williston's 3-9, Jamestown is 4-12 on the season. And again, all the teams make the state tournament, but it's now about what position you're going to make the state tournament in. That's a look at our standings. And, of course, we take a look through our standings throughout the night with our friends at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and it's great to have our friends at State Farm Insurance bring you a look at our league standings as well. And we'll also talk more about how that looks going down the stretch after this one comes to an end tonight. So stay with us as we continue with that. But Grand Forks looking to take a couple of big strides into the top of what goes on in Legion baseball around the state. Let's visit with our head coach, Nick Chine, the head coach of the Grand Forks Royals, joining us for our pregame report tonight. In part 1 of the conversation that we had with Nick Chine this evening, we talked really a lot about what we had seen from this season so far. It was our first opportunity to catch up with Coach Chine this season. And the big wins, we started off with that back on Tuesday night, but also how gritty this team has been. They've outscored their competition by 9 runs this year, so they're almost break even when it comes down to offense, defense, and that tells you just how gritty it's been this season. And Coach Chine talked about that. We began by talking about the big wins over Fargo Post 400 on Tuesday night.
Well, it's always nice to win, and we finally got that hit that we needed with people in scoring position late in the game, whether it be 7 or extras that pushed a run across. Finally got that done. We've had probably 6 games for sure where we're either in the bottom of the 7th or extra innings with men in scoring position, 2 outs, 1 out, sometimes none outs, and come away with nothing and end up losing. So it's nice to break the ceiling there.
And then, Coach, that was the next thing I was going to ask you about. You talked about your season, a lot of close games at the end. You've played some really gritty baseball this year, and sometimes it's gone your way, sometimes it hasn't, but you've been in so many games this year. It has to have been exciting to kind of watch how your team has adjusted and grown to that.
Yeah, it's always nice, especially late in the game, to have a chance to win, and we've been in lots of them, as you said. So, fortunately, a couple nights ago that we broke through that ceiling, and hopefully that trend continues the rest of the season and certainly in the state tournament, because you need things to go your way, and especially when you have opportunities late in the game. When your pitchers have done your work, you've done enough offensively, but you just still need that one hit to push across and put pressure on them, and especially when your home team to end the game. So I hope that continues. Yeah, it's been fun.
I know coming into this Royals season, might have been a little unsure about the roster, who was going to be here, that kind of thing, but it seems like you pulled some things together from the pitching perspective. Have you pulled enough together? How do you feel like where you're at in the second or the final couple of weeks of the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, the kids that we've counted on throughout the high school season are still there, and they've been pitching well. And a lot of the times, again, they're in those games, they're on the mound when we need that one run in the extra innings or at the end of the bottom of the 7th or top of the 7th, either continue to play or push across a run to get a win. So those guys have been there. And then we've had some other people that we've been developing. Ryan Rekow is going to be one that starts tonight, who has done a really nice job and thrown really well for us. He didn't pitch a lot in high school. He's come through. And just the staff in general, the opportunities they've been given, they've taken advantage of. And if for anything, it certainly hasn't been their fault for the most part. Typically, we just not have had that big hit that we needed to push a win across and get them a win. And unfortunately, a lot of those games, they've taken a loss when they've done enough to win.
And you can hear in Coach Chine him talking about how it's been an effort of a run here and a run there for Grand Forks throughout the season. You come to expect a lot of that, particularly at this level of baseball for these teams around North Dakota, because there are several very good teams out there. But at the same time, it'd be nice to get a burst of offense and have a bit of a lead to work with from time to time. That's part 1 of our conversation with Coach Nick Chine. In part 2 of our conversation, we'll talk more about how the pitching staff has come together and get a run-up as to what these teams look like coming into the night here this evening. Pre-game report brought to you by Signature Graphics and Apparel and True North Equipment. Bismarck taking their warm-ups on the field right now, so we're closing in on time for first pitch, which is scheduled for 5. It's the Grand Forks Royals and the Bismarck Governors tonight. We'll come back with more pregame next on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports along with KNOX Radio.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our #1.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job.
If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports, KNOX Radio tonight. Thank you for joining us on KNOX AM 1310, FM 1079 and 1033 in Grand Forks as we continue with our pregame report, brought to you tonight by Signature Graphics and Apparel and by True North Equipment. Grand Forks at home to take on Bismarck. The Royals come in with a record of 7-7, and Bismarck comes in with a record of 7-6. Could be a couple of good ones tonight as we continue our pregame show. Part 2 of our conversation with Nick Chine, the head coach of the Grand Forks Royals. We discussed what this matchup means tonight and how big this week is with the 2 wins over Post 400, the way this season is coming to an end with teams all around Grand Forks. You're going to hear him talk about this being a very, very big week of baseball for the Grand Forks Royals.
It is, and Minot next week will be also big for us. You know, it's one of those things that we can beat anybody, but we can get beat by anybody too. So certainly at home, you'd like to sweep. You work for at least a split, and the first game typically dictates how well you're going to do in the second game. So to come out and get the first one will be huge. That'll start the ball rolling in our favor.
Tell you what, Coach, the games I've seen from you this year, small things have really mattered, and I'm sure you're preaching that right now. Boy, an error here, an error there, a ball that gets away from you. It has always come back to hurt you this year. You don't seem to get away with any mistakes right now.
No, we haven't, and I think that's typical in baseball. If you're going to extend innings, have your pitcher get 4, 5, 6 outs in an inning, that raises his pitch count. You got to go to your bullpen. It changes momentum for you defensively, as well as when you come back in off the field offensively. So defensively and offensively, they all feed off that. So we've got to limit our mistakes, that's for sure. We don't have a big margin for error. So if we kick or shoot ourselves in the foot, we create big problems for ourselves.
Finally, Coach, do you have a good group of guys this year? How's the chemistry been? Do they feel like they're fitting well together?
Yeah, they're super kids. They are so easy to work with, and that's a testament to the families that they come from. We couldn't be happier. I mean, we just come to the ballpark, enjoy the game, work with the kids. They do anything and everything we ask. There's no real bickering or fighting amongst themselves. They don't argue with us, so it's a real blessing. I've been really fortunate throughout my years here in Grand Forks. And these kids are no exception. They're really great and easy to work with.
It's been a gritty group as well. The close games they've had to play through, they spent almost the entire first month of the season on the road out in the western part of North Dakota. They didn't play a home game this year until the 25th of June. So it's been a group that's had to persevere through a lot of things, and they've done it, and they put themselves in the top half of the league. And now a couple of big wins tonight for Grand Forks, and they would be able to cement a position perhaps in the top half of the league getting ready for the state tournament down in Fargo. That's our coaches' conversation that we have for this evening, and it's brought to you tonight by Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season at Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World. Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has you covered with any stick, any piece of tape, any pad that you're looking for. Obviously, precision skate sharpening to give your player an edge. And I'll tell you what, when it's time for you to find the hard-to-find things, they've got any implement of the game and some unbelievable service at Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. And they bring you our coaches' conversation with Nick Chine, the head coach of the Royals, tonight. When we come back in our pregame report, we'll take a look at the starting lineups and get ready for first pitch of tonight's matchup. Here at Kraft Field and the Oxford Sports Complex, it's a warm one. And we had plenty of wildfire smoke in town earlier tonight as well. Let's hope that doesn't plague us. It's Grand Forks and Bismarck tonight on the Rivard's Turf and 4-H, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports along with KNOX Radio.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball tonight on the Rivard's Turf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports, and it's brought to you tonight by Rivard's Turf and 4-H, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. You can find them online at rivards.com. And Grand Trailer Sales, your home for all things trailer in East Grand Forks. Our pregame report presented tonight by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. And brought to you tonight as well by True North Equipment, true to your values, ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the Red River Valley. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Starting lineups brought to you by Acme Equipment and Acme Tools, your Kubota dealers with a full line of Kubota products to help you do your very best work in Grand Forks. You'll find their Kubota products on Gateway, right across from Simplot. Skid steer loaders, scissor lifts, whatever you need to fill out your operation and make your project move swiftly, they have you covered. And their do-it-yourself center is their main tool shop. Just south of Gateway on North Washington and Grand Forks, they carry the Milwaukee Power Tools tool line, the one that I believe in, and of course a whole bunch of other lines as well, and a service department to fix up the tools that you might break along the way. Acme Equipment and Acme Tools bringing you our starting lineups tonight. Let's take a look at the starters. First of all, for the Bismarck Governors, leading off in right field is Aiden Rakowski. Batting second is Evan Fuchs at third base. Batting third, Tanner Grossclose in center field. And the cleanup man is Joey Kralik at first. Carter Pearson, the designated hitter, bats fifth. Batting sixth is Cooper Johnson, the catcher. Batting seventh is Jacoby Grimm at second base. Drew Taylor will bat eighth in left field, and Jack Pelham will bat ninth at shortstop tonight. The pitcher for Bismarck is Nathan Heil. Tonight for Grand Forks, leading off is Caden Tostenson in center field. Batting second is Gabe Schauer in right field. Rylan Corinta in left field to bat third. And Ryan Reichow will clean up at third base. Xander Wayne bats fifth at first base. Alex Seaver, the pitcher, bats sixth. Batting seventh is Matt Dosh at short. Batting 8th will be David Larson, the catcher, and Leighton Pribula at second base will bat 9th. And the pitcher tonight for Grand Forks, as we mentioned, is Alex Seaver. They'll play Ironman with 9 batters, or 9 players in the lineup. And Bismarck will employ the designated hitter tonight. And that's a look at our starting lineups. Brought to you by Acme Equipment and Acme Tools, your Kubota dealers in Grand Forks. We'll take a final break. We'll come back. First pitch is right around the corner. I'll tell you about the weather conditions that we're encountering tonight and set the stage from Kraft Field next. This is our coverage of Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports, along with KNOX Radio.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto in Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for 2.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on pick 6, my mouth going yap yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for 2 for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports as Alex Seaver takes his warm-up tosses for Grand Forks this evening. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.
News Radio 1310 KNOX AM Grand Forks, 107.9 and 103.3 KNOX FM. Translated on K239BG in Grand Forks and K277DN in Grand Forks.
Our umpires for tonight's matchup, Jason Schwabe is at first base and on the bases tonight out of Thompson, North Dakota. And Ryan Ingeman will have home plate this evening. And 2 very accomplished umpires that we have out of the Grand Forks Umpires Association here tonight to take this one in as we get ready for Grand Forks and Bismarck to do battle tonight. Alex Seaver on the bump for Grand Forks. For those of you on the radio side, Grand Forks in the black vest uniforms, the white undershirts, and Bismarck's white up and down this evening. Aiden Rakowski steps in to face Seaver. Seaver delivers a fastball high for ball 1. We're underway officially at 4:59 here tonight at Kraft Field. And the 1-0 pitch from Seaver. This one fisted foul back behind the grandstand and out of play. The count goes to a ball and a strike. 89 degrees, and it feels hotter than that. And we were down on the turf to talk with the coaches, and it's hotter than that, if you know what that means. The 1-1 pitch misses inside from Alex Seaver, and the count will go to 2 balls and a strike. The turf will make it feel extremely warm, and it definitely has done that tonight. 2-1 from Seaver to Rakowski, driven to center field, well hit but playable. Caden Tostenson shading in to the right center field gap. He'll make the catch, and Rakowski flies out for the first out of the game. We do have a breeze. You don't see it so much on the flag. Part of the reason flags are at half staff for the loss of Senator Lindsey Graham that was ordered earlier this week. But we do have a breeze that's blowing into the ballpark tonight, and more from left center and left field. As Evan Fuchs steps in, swings and misses at an off-speed pitch from Alex Seaver. The count will go to no balls and a strike. Seaver dealing well early. Out of the wind, the 0-1 pitch. That one missed a bit inside, perhaps, and maybe up. Fuchs, the third baseman. Rakowski was in right field to lead things off. The 1-1 to Fuchs. That one driven hard in the left center field gap. This could roll a while. Fuchs going to take a good look at it. Rounds first, long run. He's going to try it. On his way to second, he'll beat it with a foot-first slide. And it's a double, a one-out double for Evan Fuchs to put himself in scoring position for Bismarck. So Fuchs with a solid shot, got a hold of a pitch right away from Alex Seaver, and early here in the game, Grand Forks left a pitch with a runner in scoring position behind Alex Seaver as Tanner Grossclose will step to the plate. He's a lefty. He'll take a fastball in the outside corner for a strike. Grossclose turns it around for the first time tonight. Step back to the bag by Fuchs. He's ready, being held by shortstop Matt Dosh. The 0-1 pitch grounded towards first base. This will be foul. Schauer got over, got to it, but pulled to the right of the bag. And let's see where the count goes. There should be 0-2, I believe, on Tanner Grossclose, the center fielder. Center fielder and on the left-hand side of the plate, so going to have some speed going up the first baseline. The 0-2 pitch misses away. Count now a ball and 2 strikes. Go through the defensive positioning for Grand Forks coming up here in a second. Grossclose ready. Fuchs a decent lead from second. Dosh continues to token hold. Now Fuchs is going, and a pitch is swung on and hit foul back behind the grandstand again. Count will remain 1-2. Fuchs got a pretty good jump on that pitch. Left to right in the outfield for Grand Forks, Rylan Corinta, Caden Tostenson, Gabe Schauer. Third to first on the infield, Ryan Reichow, Matt Dosh, Leighton Pribula, and Xander Wayne. David Larson's behind the plate. And the 1-2 from Alex Seaver. Breaking pitch high and away. And now a back pick back out to second. Dosh was ready. Token slide back into the bag by Fuchs. But Evan Fuchs has done a nice job of hanging around out there and giving Grand Forks a second and third look defensively. 2-2 pitch on the way. Driven to center, shallow, long run coming in for Tostenson. Instead, the ball dropped by the second baseman, Leighton Pribula. Everybody's going to be safe. And a late move to advance for Evan Fuchs. He'll go to third. I'm going to rule that a single for Tanner Grossclose. That was behind Leighton Pribula, but he got a hand on it. Actually, they're going to give him an error. I suppose you got a glove on it, so you got to rule it that way, and it'll be an error to the second baseman that will allow Tanner Grossclose to reach, and it'll put runners on the edges. And Joey Kralik coming to the plate. So the cleanup man of the plate, big power hitting corner infielder. Runners away from first and third. Bunt is shown and pushed right back to the pitcher. It'll score a run. The only play will be to first base. Kralik will sacrifice in a run for Bismarck. They look to take some early momentum, and they'll lead 1-0. So Kralik will drive in a run with a sacrifice bunt. The play will be 1-4 on the rotation, but I got to tell you, I'm a little surprised. Bismarck has their cleanup man at the plate with runners on the corners and 1 out, and you might have thought play for the big inning. They might have been worried about the double play producing nothing. And Carter Pearson will take a strike at the belt. A run does come in, so the momentum goes to Bismarck. Just an interesting way to play it to start the game. 1-0 Bismarck on the all-true scoreboard. Pearson stands ready. And the 0-1 from Seaver. Check swing. He may have went around, and it's going to be called at the plate. Ryan Ingeman says that bat came out in front of home plate. Count will go to 0-2. And I think if Alex Seaver could get out of this, giving up just 1 run with the way the chips fell in the inning, he might be okay. Seaver will set at the belt and checks Grossclose at second. The 0-2 grounded up the middle. Dosh has it on 3 hops near second. Throws across the diamond for the out. And he'll catch Pearson. 6-3 for round number 3. Bismarck produces, and they're half of the inning. A run on a hit and an error, and they'll leave 1 at second. We've played a half inning. And your score on the all-true scoreboard is Bismarck 1 and Grand Forks coming to bat. This is our coverage of Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports, along with KNOX Radio.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and 4-Edge Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports along with KNOX Radio this evening. We get ready for the bottom of the first inning, and Grand Forks will send Caden Tostenson, Gabe Schauer, Rylan Corinta to the plate to face lefty Nathan Heil. And Bismarck scoring a run in the top half of the first inning. And Coach Skitlin has been around quite a while for the Bismarck Governors, and so if he chooses to go momentum over big inning, I have to go ahead and side with his choice. It just must have been back in that top of the first, maybe a little bit difficult to watch your cleanup hitter at the plate, multiple runners on, only one out, and tell him to push one back to the pitcher just to score that first run. But, you know, we talked with Nick Chine in the pregame report tonight, for those of you that missed our pregame coverage, that this is a league, this statewide league has been a league where the little things matter. And in a game that could be a very tight game, just the ability to execute a bunt out of your cleanup spot can be a big part of success or failure. Bismarck did squeeze home the run. So 1-0, Grand Forks down a run as we go to the bottom of the first. And Caden Tostenson, who plays in center field, steps to the plate. Heil delivers away for a ball, and the count will go to a ball and no strikes. Take a look at where these teams have been as of late. As far as their schedules are concerned, give you a rundown. The 1-0 on the way, Tostenson swings and fouls it off his front foot. Count will level at a ball and a strike. We get into the month of July. Wednesday night, so Bismarck making the West Coast road trip. They played at the Patriots last night. 1-1, check swing by Tostenson, he went around. Breaking pitch, the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. A split last night for Bismarck. Lost game 1 to the Patriots 4-0. Won the second one 9-5. That's a big win. 1-2 pitch is high on Tostenson, a fastball. Count will level up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. But get a win over the Patriots in West Fargo. That's a big win for Bismarck. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball is ruled caught at the plate by home plate umpire Ryan Ingham, and Tostenson is down on strikes, and Nathan Heil showing a pretty good breaking pitch to get started tonight. Governors played at home against Williston and Dickinson the week before this, took 3 of 4, lost game 2 to Dickinson 15-4, won 9-6 in game 1. Gabe Schauer takes a look at a breaking pitch. It misses low for a ball. Swept Williston 14-4 and 7-2. And boy, that was a busy run. That was after the 4th of July break. They played 3 days in a row. 1-0 pitch high. The count goes to 2-0. Swept the Minot Vistas 7-1 and 6-5. So they won 5 of 6 playing 3 straight days. That's impressive. 2-0 pitch. That one called the strike as Schauer started the wrists and kept the back bat. The count will go to 2 balls and a strike from Heil to Gabe Schauer. 1-0 Bismarck in the bottom of the first inning. The 2-1 is thrown into the turf, and the count will go to 3 balls and a strike. Good speed in the top third of the Grand Forks order. They have their entire outfield 1, 2, and 3. So if they get a man on, it does give Nick Chine and the Royals some options. 3-1 to Schauer. He's taken all the way. That nips the outside corner for strike 2. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Gabe Schauer with 1 out in the inning. Heil taking a look into Cooper Johnson for his sign. And here comes the payoff pitch. Chopper, foul, that ends up just behind the plate. We'll have another 3-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up from Nathan Heil. They got the grill started tonight. We were catching some wafts of what smelled like good old-fashioned charcoal down there. They usually have great hot dogs out here, hamburgers. Come out and take a look. Payoff pitch again. Schauer swings and grounds 1 to short. Jack Pelham a couple of steps in. He'll throw across the diamond for the out. And Schauer is a 6-3 putout for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Grand Forks in the bottom of the first, and this will bring Rylan Corinta to the plate. Corinta, lefty. Of course, stood tall as the goaltender for the Red River Rough Rider hockey team this past season. Steps in, takes a pitch for a strike. And he's been a part of this program for Grand Forks forever. It seems like a couple of state tournaments ago down in West Fargo where he was a sophomore out there, day 3 of that state tournament. 0-1 pitch gets over his back to the back screen, and was able to hold, I believe it was Dickinson in check for a while, but Dickinson ends up coming through in the middle innings against him. But that was back when Grand Forks was in a different spot. They were a bunch of basically Babe Ruthers or Junior Legion kids playing at the senior level that year due to lack of numbers. 1-1 from Heil to Corinta. He takes his head off and swings through it. Count will go to a ball and 2 strikes on Corinta. 2 outs in the inning, and Heil trying to get out of the inning unscathed for Bismarck. They lead 1-0. Heil takes a look in for his sign. The 1-2 to Corinta. Slapped foul. That will scream out a play to the left. Remains 1-2. This is a team for Grand Forks where they were questioning some of the numbers they would have coming through the high school season, but put a good run together. 1-2 breaking pitch, that hit foul. Corinta did a nice job of fighting that off and hanging in to get a piece of that pitch. And Nathan Heil, the pitcher for Bismarck, having to work a little bit to get this third out of the inning. Another 1-2. That one grounded back towards short, slow roller. Pelham's got it, steps up, fires across, and he's able to get Corinta by a half step over at first base. Strikeout, pair of groundouts, and Grand Forks goes away in order, nothing across, and they're half of the first inning. We'll go to the top of the second. On the All-True scoreboard, it's Bismarck 1 and Grand Forks nothing. This is our coverage of Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, and KNOX Radio.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
RBB Electric is proud to support local high school sports and the athletes who work hard every day. From the field to the classroom, dedication matters. Serving homes, businesses, and farms across the region, RBB Electric is honored to support our teams and communities.
We'll go to the top of the second inning. Bismarck leading by a score of 1-0 on the All-True scoreboard. Cooper Johnson ready to lead things off for Bismarck. Alex Sieber delivers, and Johnson bunts foul to the left towards the Bismarck dugout. And it's 0-1 on Cooper Johnson. It'll be Johnson, followed by Jacoby Grimm, the second baseman. Drew Taylor, the left fielder, due up for the Royals here in the top of the second. Sunshine trying to break out, and if it does, it's going to warm things up very quickly out there on the turf. The 0-1 from Siever, a slow breaking pitch, swung through and missed by Johnson. Counts 0-2. Going to go in as an unearned run against Alex Siever back in the first inning due to that mishandle at second on a dying Quail in center field. The 0-2 pitch, breaking pitch, got him on the outside corner, strike 3, and Johnson has rung up. Home plate umpire Ryan Ingeman says that's on the edge, looked like a good pitch. And Johnson is the first strikeout of the night for Grand Forks hurler Alex Siever. One out, base is empty. Jacoby Grimm, the second baseman, will step to the plate. Siever delivers. Another slow breaking pitch. That one misses away. And the count, a ball and no strikes. Back half of the order due up now for Bismarck. And the 1-0 on the way from Siever. Check swing grounded towards third. That will drift foul. That'll leave the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Rykow down at third. And we heard in the pregame report tonight from Nick Chine, the head coach of the Royals, that Rykow will be the starter in game number 2 tonight for Grand Forks. Alex Siever getting the start here in game 1 as they try to develop that pitching staff, and that was going to be one of the challenges they were going to have coming into the year. The 1-1 to Grimm. Another breaking pitch. That one called a strike, sweeps over the outside corner. Should bring the count to a ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 to Grimm. Fastball rides high. Seaver does a really nice job of throwing his breaking pitch out of a very similar motion from his fastball, and you don't really see him tipping a lot. 2-2 on the way. That one sweeps away and misses, and the count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jacoby Grimm. One thing we noticed looking at the lineup card tonight, Grand Forks' depth, much different. Payoff is lifted in the air to center field, on a rope towards the right center field gap. Tostenson, long run, reaches out and makes the catch. Goes in the book as an easy fly out to center field, but Tostenson had to cover some ground to get to that one. And with 2 outs and the bases empty, it'll be Drew Taylor that comes to the plate for the Governors. 1-0 Bismarck on the All True scoreboard here in the top of the second inning. Scoreboard updates are brought to you tonight by All True. The pitch to Taylor. Takes a fastball for a strike. Regular screenings with All True's care team. Detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Call 780-5000 or go to alltrue.org. The 0-1 rides high. The count's a ball and a strike on Drew Taylor. Seaver works very quickly. The 1-1 to Taylor. That's lined foul and end up hitting one of the poles that holds up the netting, securing the fan base, and it hit it so hard that I can't imagine that baseball could ever go back into play. Well, Ryan Ingeman put it in his bag, so we'll go with it. The 1-2 pitch, that one misses away. Count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. The sound that made coming off the pole, that had to be pure mush. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Drew Taylor. Seaver looking in over the top of the glove. The 2-2 pitch, high, and it'll be a full count. Alex Seaver's pitch count, even though he's facing just his 8th batter of the game, probably a little up here. He's had a couple of full counts. Payoff to Taylor, missed away for ball 4. So Bismarck will have a 2-out base runner here in the second as Jack Pelham will come to the plate. We talk about the little things mattering, and in that scenario, there's something about how the lineup turns that comes into play in what looks like a 2-out walk to the 8-man as there's a break for Drew Taylor trying to swipe second. He'll do so safely with a head first slide. So Drew Taylor with a stolen base to put him in scoring position. And you're starting to get a little feel for the game now, the way Bismarck's going to approach this. They bunt in a runner with their cleanup man. They swipe a bag with their number 8 batter. They're going to small ball this thing all the way through, and they're going to have success with it. They've been successful on 2 tries so far. Pitch called a strike. Fastball on the outside corner to Pelham. And getting back to what we were talking about, that walk to Drew Taylor, if nothing else, allows Bismarck to turn their lineup around. They get to the number 9 man here in the second instead of starting there in the third. 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Got him on the outside corner. Strike 3. And that will do it for Jack Pelham as he did not like the call. That one comes across the outside corner for the second strikeout for Alex Seaver tonight. And Bismarck will strand a runner at second base in their half of the second inning. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on base. We've played 1.5. Your score here at Kraft Field is Bismarck 1 and Grand Forks nothing. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports along with KNOX Radio. We're back with more in a moment.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
The way we live and work has changed, but our service and commitment remain. We're evolving to meet your insurance needs with answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company.
Welcome back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Radio, KNOX Live Sports. Coaching staff from Bismarck having a conversation with Ryan Ingeman, our home plate umpire, during the break, and not sure if they liked that pitch that was called strike 3 to Jack Pelham at the end of the second. But nonetheless, 1-0 Bismarck as we go to the second. Ryan Rykow steps in and takes a curveball for a strike from Nathan Heil. And the count's 0-1 on Rykow. Rykow really came into his own a year ago as a batter for the Red River High School team. The 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Count to 0-2. Rykow got a chance to get some extra playing time early in the year last year for Red River due to an injury and just smashed the baseball all over the place and couldn't get out of the lineup. The 0-2 pitch, breaking pitch, just missed outside, and Heil had already taken a step off the right side of the pitcher's bump. I think he felt like he was going to get strike 3 based on the last call in the second or the top of the inning. We might see something like that going on throughout the night. The 1-2 sitting on that one was Rykow. It misses away, and the count will go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2-2 the count on Rykow, who's at third. Heil delivers, swing and a miss, got him changing speed, strike 3. And Heil has been brilliant tonight changing speeds against these Grand Forks batters, his second strikeout of the night. Xander Wayne coming up next for Grand Forks. And right now the Royals could use a spark offensively. A couple of groundouts and a couple of strikeouts, and Xander's the kind of guy that could get that done in the 5-hole tonight for the Royals. Heil delivers, fastball high for a ball. Xander getting ready to continue his baseball career down the road at Mayville State as a Comet coming up this fall. The 1-0. Breaking pitch for a strike, belt high. And the count level from Heil to Wayne to the ball and a strike. Heil delivers the 1-1. This one lifted in the air, right side, down the line, foul territory. And Rakowski will run over to the fence to take a look for Bismarck, but that one will drift out of play. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Those of you that are taking it in on KNOX Live Sports, you can kind of see it looks a little gray out there, and there's a reason for that. Sun behind the clouds, you've got the wildfire smoke in the air, and all of that just kind of makes it a bit of a gray night tonight. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to Xander Wayne. Swing and a miss, got him. Ball caught, says home plate umpire Ryan Ingeman. No need to throw it for Cooper Johnson. Wayne to strikeout number 2 of the inning, number 3 of the game for Nathan Heil. And Grand Forks continuing to struggle a little bit with that Nathan Heil breaking pitch. 5 up, 5 down for Grand Forks to start the game. 2 outs, base is empty. Alex Seaver to the plate. And the first to Seaver misses inside for ball 1. Seaver a chance to help his own cause here. He's the pitcher tonight for Grand Forks. The 1-0 to him. Solid shot left side of the infield. Long run in the well to get to it for Jack Pelham. Throw across the diamond, though, got Seaver by half a step. That's a strong throw from Pelham, and he has been a valuable defender tonight for Bismarck in the shortstop spot. He's made 3 plays to start the night. Nothing across for Grand Forks in the second. Will go to the third. It remains a 1-0 Governor's lead after 2 innings of play on our Ultra scoreboard. This is our coverage of high school baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, and KNOX Radio.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's. We welcome you back to our coverage of American Legion Baseball tonight. Tools of the game this evening brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Logan Karski is your agent. And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Logan Karski, new to the area, but he's done his first year here in Grand Forks, and it's been Tremendous to be able to tell you Logan Karski's story. Kid out of Dickinson, played high school sports at Dickinson Trinity, and is now in Grand Forks with the State Farm Insurance Office. And he'd love to talk to you about putting together a game plan to protect what's important to you. Home, auto, life, health, farm, or business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Aiden Rakowski to the plate for Bismarck for the second time tonight. Alex Seaver wheels and deals and misses inside for ball one. Tools of the game tonight, Evan Fuchs, a double and a run scored, the only run of the game so far. He bats next for Bismarck. The breaking pitch and a check swing going to be called a strike by home plate umpire Ryan Ingeman. He's had to do that a few times tonight. The count will go to a ball and a strike on Rakowski. The 1-1 to him. Another breaking pitch, that one misses. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Rakowski. He flew out to center field to start the night back in the first. 2-1 pitch, up high, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike on the Bismarck right fielder. Look in by Seaver. 3-1 pitch, big healthy swing and a miss. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes on Rakowski, and we've been here a lot tonight with a full count to a Bismarck batter. 3-2 pitch, missed down low for ball 4. And the second walk issued by Alex Seaver tonight. Might have heard some of the Grand Forks crowd down below. I think they wanted that last pitch. When you've got a couple of pitchers that can execute curveballs, it's really difficult to sell to the crowd what is and what is not in the strike zone. It's very difficult to do time and again. Runner goes, pitch misses inside, pegged to second base, not going to be in time. Second stolen base of the night. So again, the tempo continues for Bismarck. Put pressure on, put pressure on. You go back, the double for Fuchs back in the first inning, you got to third, and then the game plan for Bismarck and head coach Skitlin was to put pressure on, and your cleanup man lays down a bunt. Here your leadoff man is aboard, and you're not waiting but a pitch, and you're looking to move into scoring position. You can hear the wind a little bit in the background tonight as Fuchs now digs in. Look back at second base by Seaver. Pitch to Fuchs, lifted in the air, shallow center. This is on the infield. Leighton Pribula backing up just onto the green of the turf. He'll make the catch, and Fuchs will pop up to second base for the first out of the third inning. It'll bring Tanner Grossclose to the plate, who reached on air in a tough luck error. That was charged to second baseman Leighton Pribula back in the first inning. Ball turned him around at second. Drifted over his right shoulder, and one of those that the shortstop, second baseman, and center fielder were all converging on. And the first pitch to him called a strike on the outside corner to Grossclose. Pribula got a chance to get a glove on it, but couldn't quite reel it in. But running away from the infield, that's a tough play for an infielder to make. The 0-1 pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball foul that hops into the Grand Forks dugout. Count 0-2 on Grossclose. Runner at second base is Rakowski. Seaver takes a look in, checks the runner back at second. And the 0-2 pitch. Breaking pitch just missed. Seaver double clutches a bit up on the pitcher's mound. I think he thought he had that one as well. One of the reasons why it's so difficult for an umpire is you see so many of those curveballs when you've got a couple of pitchers that meet each other and throw them in the same game. 1-2, grounded the opposite way towards short. Dosh has got it, checks the runner, throws across the diamond, and picked up cleanly by Xander Wayne for the out over at first base. Throw was a bit low, but Wayne stayed on top of it, and they just beat Grossclose, who's the center fielder, and a lefty on top of that. That's a tough play to make for Dosh over at short. 2 away, runner still in scoring position, and Joey Kralik to the plate, who drove in a run with a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. That's the only run of the game in a 1-0 Bismarck lead. Kralik will take a pitch for a strike. No balls and a strike after a curveball delivery from Alex Seaver. Seaver trying to strand another runner, and it would be another runner in scoring position as well. The 0-1, grounded weakly towards third. This will step foul just as Rykow gets to it. The count will go to 0-2. If the runner were to be stranded, one of the early pieces that Bismarck would take a look at in the box score, they would strand their third runner in scoring position in the first 3 innings of the game. Left one at second in the first and the second inning. And now a runner at second base in the third, and that was with nobody out. But nothing in 2 to the cleanup man, Joey Kralik. Seaver delivers, runner goes, pitch is hit and fouled back to the screen. Still nothing in 2. Good matchup here. You got the cleanup man at the plate. He's got a busy bat. You can see that. Seaver trying to get him away and get his team back to the sticks. Look back at second, the 0-2 again. Boy, that just missed. Seaver was walking towards the dugout, and boy, he's not happy about it. Count will go to a ball and 2 strikes on Kralik. A look back at second base. The 1-2 pitch. That one slapped towards the right field corner. Twisting, darting, and falling just foul. Long run for Gabe Schauer. Couldn't quite catch up to it. But thankfully for Grand Forks, that one ends up across the line and out of play. You go back to the pitch before that, and you kind of wonder, David Larson behind the plate had to reach to the right just a little bit to catch that baseball and that 0-2 fastball. And if he'd have set up on that corner, he might have got that call, but it looked like maybe they were crossed up on where to put it. 1-2 pitch misses low and away for a ball, and the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kralik ready again. Rakowski, who led off the inning with a walk and stole second. Still at second base, 2 outs later for Bismarck. They lead at 1-0 on the all-true scoreboard. Now the count 2-2. Kralik ready. Look back by Seaver. 2-2 pitch misses away, and that one squirts away from David Larson, and that's going to push Rakowski onto third on a pass ball. Well, that's a couple of times in this at-bat where pitcher Alex Seaver and catcher David Larson haven't appeared to have been on the same page. The count now full, 3-2, and Kralik swings and hits one off his front foot. And he is struggling. That might have got him right in the ankle. He went down right away. Steps off into foul territory, tries to shake that one off. Pitch came back inside on him a little bit, and he hit it right off the bottom of the bat. Drove it down to the turf and got him right in the ankle. And he'll be tended to a bit. Well, as we talked about earlier today on the show, we can't get through a single baseball game here at Kraft Field without the sirens going down Columbia. They always do. There's always one part of the game where they do, and we're hearing that out there right now. My partner tonight, Alex Carminati, clued me into a story that he found out of Fargo today where the wildfire smoke prompted people in West Fargo to call the fire department because they thought there was a fire in town. It was wildfire smoke from Minnesota or Canada or a little bit of both, but it was so thick that there were people in West Fargo that assumed a fire must have broken out in their neighborhood, and they called the fire department. Runner now at third. 3 balls, 2 strikes again to Kralik, and a curveball capped foul over towards the Grand Forks dugout. Kralik stays alive. So Kralik takes his time, got a good battle going on here. It means a run for Bismarck. Another 3-2 pitch. Curveball missed, ball 4. Kralik stays alive in the at-bat and draws the second walk of the inning and the third of the game from Alex Seaver. So they're at the corners for Carter Pearson, the designated hitter. I believe we've seen a revision in the scoring as well here. We'll talk about that in a second. Just noticing that on the scoreboard, Pearson stands ready. And the pitch to Pearson, hooked foul just past first base. they've taken the error off the board for Grand Forks back in the first inning that was charged to Pribula, and they've given Bismarck a second base hit in the game. So Gross closed with that single back in the first inning. That changes the run to earned for Alex Seaver. The 0-1 pitch. Lifted in the air, shallow left field. Matt Dosh taking charge of this at short. He'll step back in on the infield turf now and makes the catch. Pearson will pop out to the shortstop for out number 3. Bismarck threatens but will strand a pair of runners in the third inning. No runs, no hits, 2 runners left on base. We've played 2.5. Your score on the All True scoreboard remains Bismarck 1 and Grand Forks nothing. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports with KNOX Radio.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
The body shop you work with is your choice, so pick the local team with the service you trust. Modern Auto Body in Grand Forks can make it look like the accident never happened. Schedule an appointment for an estimate on our website or give us a call.
Spare Husband keeps homes running smoothly with trusted repairs, remodels, and every fix in between. JK Rents sets the scene with tables and chairs for weddings, parties, and celebrations. Together, they're proud local high school sports sponsors, supporting the teams and the community they call home.
We'll go to the bottom of the third. Grand Forks trailing 1-0 to Bismarck tonight here at Kraft Field and Oxford Sports Complex as the bottom third of the order is due up for Grand Forks. Matt Dosh, David Larson, Leighton Pribula to do battle against Nathan Heil, who goes into his third inning of work for Bismarck. He's allowed nothing through 2 innings, striking out 3, and 3 ground ball outs to the shortstop. Getting to be a boring night for all the other defensive players out there for Bismarck thus far. Matt Dosh takes a ball, then swings through a breaking pitch for a strike. And the count will go to 1 ball, 1 strike. Heil takes a look in. The lefty delivers. Another breaking pitch misses away. Matt Dosh set to go play football for his dad at the University of Jamestown. Tom Dosh taking the head coaching position recently. 2-1 pitch on the way. That one grounded towards short and chopped. Charging it Pelham off his back foot. Got it across the diamond in plenty of time to get Dosh for out number 1. Well, that is the 4th ground ball out to Jack Pelham tonight. And Grand Forks might want to test one of the other defenders out there, I guess, as David Larson will come to the plate. That news on Tom Dosh, the former assistant coach with the University of North Dakota Fighting Hawks, as he has taken over the head coaching job at the University of Jamestown. First pitch to Daniel Larson misses low. Or David Larson. The update there was that Brian Mistro, who was the head coach in Jamestown, took the athletic director's position. 1-0 to Larson, misses inside. Dosh had joined the staff last year as a special teams coach, but I had kind of wondered it was only going to be a matter of time before Tom Dosh got himself back in the head coaching mix. 2-0 to Larson. That one hit foul off the end of the bat, not a play. Dosh was an NSIC Coach of the Year for Northern State during his time in Aberdeen and did great things with the Jimmies during his first stint there, and probably going to be pretty good now. 2-1 to David Larson. Another curveball hit foul. Count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the count 2-2 on David Larson. And here down below you, they're talking about self-preservation. Larson absolutely yanked that pitch towards the Bismarck dugout. But hopefully everybody's okay down there. 7 in a row shut down by Heil. The first time through the order. 2-2, another breaking pitch, grounded out towards short, deflected by Heil. Pelham follows it up. Another throw off his back foot, and by a quarter step, got David Larson down at first base. Well, the way you can tell that Grand Forks is struggling with the breaking pitch, they're pulling all of them. And when you're pulling them weakly, when you're pulling those breaking pitches as a right-handed hitting team, It's going to go to the shortstop every time. That's 5 ground ball outs for Jack Pelham tonight as a fastball misses away to Leighton Pribula. And you can see from Heil through these first 3 innings what he does well. He's got a couple of different tempos on his breaking pitch. 1-0 misses away. Count will go to 2 balls and a strike. Got a slow breaking pitch with a lot of movement. He's also got a bit of a tight spinner that will also move, but it has a different velocity to it, and you can deliver that a couple of different ways at this level. You can be successful. The 2-0 to Pribula. Hit in the air, right side, twisting in foul territory. First baseman Joey Kralik gives it a look, but that will drift out of play. It's now 2 balls and a strike. 8 up, 8 down for Grand Forks. Here in the bottom of the third, Bismarck leading by a score of 1-0. Scoreboard updates brought to you by Ultru. The 2-1 to Pribula. Breaking pitch drops in nicely for a strike. That was that slower variety of 12-6 breaking ball. Count 2-2. Pribula ready. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball missed low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pribula standing ready. Payoff pitch. Curveball hit foul weakly behind the plate. And you know this Bismarck Governors team, they're going to feel like they've got some pitching depth. You go back to that week that we talked about right out of the 4th of July. Played 6 games in 3 days and won 5. That tells you that they've got some arms to go around. Played last night against West Fargo. Another payoff on the way to Pribula, checks his swing, and that one may have hit him. It did. So the first base runner tonight for Grand Forks will be by a hit batsman. So Heil plunks Pribula. 2-out base runner for Grand Forks. And Caden Tostenson will come to the plate for the second time tonight. Breaks up the run of 8 in a row, retired by Nathan Heil of Bismarck. And now a 2-out base runner for Grand Forks in the third. Heil delivers to Tostenson, misses low and inside. And the count is a ball and no strikes on Caden Tostenson, a strikeout victim. Back in the first inning, 1 of 3 strikeout victims tonight from Heil. Heil checks the runner, the 1-0 pitch to Tostenson, also missing inside. 2 balls, no strikes on Tostenson. Pribula sneaks away from second base. Heil's a lefty, can look at him well there. 2-1 pitch low for ball 3. So now the count 3-0. Heil again checking the runner. 3-0 pitch called the strike. Count will go to 3-1. If you're head coach Skitlin of Bismarck, you'd probably like Heil to change up his delivery a little bit. 3-1 pitch, breaking pitch called the strike on the outside corner. Tostenson tried to sell it. That was up in the zone, but looked to be a strike. And the count's full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs in the inning. A look to first base. Heil delivers. Runner check swing. It's going to be ruled ball 4. They're asking for help out on the diamond on that check swing from Caden Tostenson. Ryan Ingeman appeals to base umpire Jason Schwabe. Schwabe says he did not go. It's a walk. The first issue tonight by Nathan Heil. Caden Tostenson's aboard with 2 outs. And now runners at first and second with Gabe Schauer to the plate. And Schauer will take a pitch for a strike. Tying run for Grand Forks in scoring position here in the bottom of the third. Heil looks back at second base. The 0-1 to Schauer misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gabe Schauer, a ground ball out to guess who? Shortstop Jack Pelham back in the first. Runners their leads from first and second. The 1-1 to Schauer. Ground ball left side to Jack Pelham. He'll throw to second base, and just in time, they're able to force Caden Tostenson coming across from first. Tostenson is out 6-4. That will retire Grand Forks in the inning. Grand Forks will strand a base runner, and they're half of the third, and another ground ball out to the shortstop Jack Pelham for Bismarck. No runs, no hits, 1 left on for Grand Forks. We're through 3. Your score on the Ultra scoreboard, Bismarck 1, Grand Forks nothing. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, and KNOX Radio.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
We'll go to the fourth after 3 innings. A run and a pair of hits for Bismarck. No runs, no hits for Grand Forks. They've stranded a runner. Royals trail the Governors by a score of 1-0. Cooper Johnson will lead off the fourth for Bismarck against Alex Seaver, who comes to the hill for his 4th inning of work. He's given up 1 run and a pair of hits. So far, that run earned. And Johnson stands ready. Pitch from Seaver. Fastball misses inside. And the count will be a ball and no strikes to Alex Seaver. Or rather, from Alex Seaver to Cooper Johnson. My apologies. And Johnson swings, hits one in the air left side. This is at Rylan Corinta in left field. Corinta now trying to catch up with it a little bit in the gap, but he's got it. And Johnson will fly out to left field for out number 1 here in the fourth. High Plains Water and Grand Forks Welding and Machine bring you our coverage of Royals baseball tonight. High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. And Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. So we make our way to the middle half inning here tonight. Jacoby Grimm takes a strike on the inside corner for Bismarck. The count 0-1, and the 0-1 pitch to him, grounded back up the middle, just out of the reach of Seaver, and it's booted by second baseman Leighton Pribula. And Jacoby Grimm will be a 1-out base runner for Bismarck on an error. No doubt about on that one. That one will be an error to Leighton Pribula. Kind of a tough luck error nonetheless, but Alex Seaver couldn't quite get a glove on it, and Pribula might have thought he was going to get to it. Ball just out of his reach, and then Pribula had to make a play on a short hop, put his body on it, but couldn't bring it in cleanly. So 1-out base runner for Bismarck. And Drew Taylor, who walked back in the second, will come to the plate. Seaver will chase Grimm back to first with a move. Taylor walked, stole second, was stranded there. Bismarck stranded 4 in the first 3 innings, 3 of those in scoring position. The 0-1 from Seaver. Fastball high. Count will be a ball and a strike on Drew Taylor. Grimm away from second. Bismarck stolen 2 bases already tonight. Set by Seaver. 1-1 pitch. Curveball grounded to short. Up with it will be Dosh. Quick throw to second base. Just holding his foot on the bag at second, Leighton Pribula. The ball got out, but our base umpire, Jason Schwabe, will say it was on the exchange. Control was handled at second base for the second out of the inning. So Grimm is out, 6-4. For out number 2, Taylor will reach on a fielder's choice. There's no error on that play. If you're scoring the game, you cannot assume a double play. So 2 outs, runner at first. And Jack Pelham at the plate. Runner goes, pitch right side. A diving stop is made by Xander Wade. Flip to Seaver, who steps on the bag in front of a headfirst slide from Jack Pelham. And Grand Forks works a nifty defensive play to get out of the inning. 3-1 on the putout, but a lot more going on there. A diving stop by Xander Wade. Seaver hustled over, and Seaver beats a headfirst slide from Jack Pelham to chase Bismarck out of the inning. Wow. No runs, no hits, an error, and Grand Forks will watch as Bismarck strands a 5th runner of the game. They'll leave 1. We played 3.5, halfway point here at Kraft Field. Your score on the All True scoreboard: Governors 1, Royals 0. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports with KNOX Radio.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
RBB Electric is proud to support local high school sports and the athletes who work hard every day. From the field to the classroom, dedication matters. Serving homes, businesses, and farms across the region, RBB Electric is honored to support our teams and communities.
The body shop you work with is your choice, so pick the local team with the service you trust. Modern Auto Body in Grand Forks can make it look like the accident never happened. Schedule an appointment for an estimate on our website or give us a call.
We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Grand Forks trailing Bismarck by a score of 1-0 tonight. Kraft Field, Oxford Sports Complex here in Midtown Grand Forks. It'll be the hot third for Grand Forks. Riley Corinta, Ryan Reichow, Xander Wayne, 3, 4, and 5. Due up to face Nathan Heil, who's been dazzling so far tonight. And Corinta swings and slaps one foul off to the left. And the count, no balls and a strike to Corinta. Heil through 3 innings. No runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts. Last inning ran into a bit of trouble. After retiring 2 in a row, hit a batter, walked a batter. Those runners later stranded, and here a curveball squeaks away from catcher Cooper Johnson. The count will level up 1 ball, 1 strike. But Grand Forks still looking for their first hit of the night as Heil's done a nice job with breaking pitches, keeping them off balance. There's another, and it drops in for a strike. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Corinta steps out, works back in. The 1-2 on the way. Ground ball, this time grounded to second. Slow roller for Jacoby Grimm. He's got it. Throws over to first base for the out. Corinta staying back on the breaking pitch that time, though. Did a nice job. Pulled the baseball. Couldn't quite sneak it through, and Ryan Reichow will come to the plate for Grand Forks. Reichow a strikeout victim to start the second. Heil delivers to him. Fastball misses high and in. And the count's a ball and no strikes on Ryan Reichow. Big lefty at the plate is Reichow. The 1-0 pitch to him. He'll take that high for a ball. Ryan Reichow and Xander Wayne look like almost carbon copies of one another, despite the fact one bat's left-handed, one bat's right-handed. A little bit more about that is the 2-0 pitch on the way to Reichow. Big, healthy swing and a miss. We talked about Reichow getting some activity due to an injury as a sophomore for Red River. Well, the reason why was it was Xander Wayne that was injured. 2-1 pitch. Breaking pitch up high for ball 3. And now they bat 4 and 5 in the lineup with each other. 3 balls and a strike to Reichow. The 3-1 pitch from Heil. Another big swing and a miss. That time got a fastball by him. Count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Reichow. Heil looks in. Payoff on the way. Reichow takes it for ball 4. So a walk issued, and now we'll see if Grand Forks thinks about their bench a little bit here. Nick Chine, the head coach of Grand Forks, over in the coaching box. You're in the 4th inning. The one thing that scares you about this 4-5 spot in the order for Grand Forks tonight is double play capability for the defense, as Xander Wayne takes one high and away for a ball. If you run for Reichow, you have the opportunity to re-enter him in the game. Looks like Reichow's going to be out there to run for himself at this point, though. He'll lead away from first. A look that way by Heil. The 1-0 to Xander Wayne is high. The count goes to 2 balls, no strikes. Boy, Heil through the first 8 batters had no problems with the count, but hit batsman walk here all of a sudden the last 5 hitters. 2-0 pitch. Wayne swings and grounds one to second base. This could be 2. Grimm's got it. Flips to short for 1. The relay throw gets away. Jack Pelham coming across the diamond wide of Joey Kralik. 1 out recorded. Reichow will be forced 4-6 on the play for out number 2. Wayne will reach on a fielder's choice. Again, no error on that. You can't assume the double play. And the Royals stay out of a double play situation in that scenario. And now Alex Seaver will come to the plate trying to extend the inning for Grand Forks. Down 1-0 on the all-true scoreboard here in the 4th. Wayne away from first, pitch to Seaver, misses low for a ball. Heil takes a look into the dugout. That's another where he felt like he had that pitch, and he did not get the call. Waned away from first again. Good lead for Xander Waned. The 1-0 is high. And the count's 2 balls, no strikes. Alex Seaver, a ground ball out to the shortstop, back in the second. He'll watch a breaking pitch drop in for a strike. Boy, there's confidence in that breaking ball for Heil. You're down 2-0. You got a runner on base. Come right back to the 12-6 breaking pitch. And he threw it well. The 2-1 in the turf. That one gets away from catcher Copier Johnson. And on to second goes Xander Waned. Be a wild pitch charge to Heil. And this becomes a big moment in the baseball game. Grand Forks down 1-0. Not been able to scrape together offense tonight. They get a runner in scoring position. Still looking for their first hit. Seaver ahead 3-1 in the count. Heil delivers. Fastball grounded up the middle. That will sneak into center field for a base hit. They're going to wave Xander Waned through, and Grossclose double clutches the baseball. He can't get a throw in, and Grand Forks ties the baseball game at 1. Seaver with the first base hit for Grand Forks tonight, a single to center just out of the reach of shortstop Jack Pelham. Grossclose with the intention to come up throwing, but double clutched the baseball and eventually dropped it. And Xander Waned will round third and score. And Grand Forks ties it up as Matt Dosh will come to the plate. And Dosh sends a single to center field. That'll drop in for a hit. Seaver a short lead around second base, but Dosh swinging at the first pitch he sees. Has back-to-back hits for Grand Forks. David Larson to the plate. And we're going to see Cooper Johnson, the catcher, and first baseman Joey Krolick go to the mound to have a couple of words with their pitcher, Nathan Heil. Heil breezed through the first 3 2/3 innings of the game, then hit a batter and walked one. But got out of that situation, got the first out of this inning. But a walk and a pair of singles have brought home the first run for Grand Forks tonight. And David Johnson to the plate, who grounded out to short his first time up. Trying to perhaps deliver Grand Forks their first lead tonight. Heil will check Seaver at second base. The pitch to David Johnson misses inside for ball 1. Johnson kind of crowding the inside corner for Grand Forks at the plate. The 1-0 pitch. That one called a strike, nipping away at the outside corner. Count goes level, 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, my apologies, David Larson. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch to Larson. Called a strike. Count 1-2. Heil's come back. Couple of nice pitches on the outer edge to David Larson. Runners their leads again. The 1-2 pitch. Larson swings. It's dropped. 2 outs in the inning. Larson can run. They'll throw to first base to get him. Larson strikes out. The play will be 2-3 for the third out. It's the 4th strikeout tonight for Nathan Heil. But Grand Forks comes up with a run on a pair of hits, and they'll leave 2 runners on base. We've played 4 full. New score on the All-True scoreboard from Kraft Field. It's Bismarck 1, Grand Forks 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports with KNOX Radio.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Feels like a new ball game, even though it's just 1-1. Grand Forks comes up with their first hit of the game, a pair of hits in the bottom of the 4th inning to take this to a 1-1 matchup as they drive in their first run of the night. So tied at 1. on the All-True scoreboard as we go to the 5th. Our coverage brought to you tonight by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. The Men of Steel, they're ready to make all your repairs happen throughout this upcoming harvest season. And as you do your work in the field, Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. In Grand Forks, with a system from High Plains Water, you can get great tasting water into your home, get the chemicals in the water out of your home. You'll have softer skin from softer water in your showers, cleaner laundry with less detergent. You'll drink more drinking water at home. High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. Alex Seaver delivers to leadoff man Aiden Rakowski, who's at the plate for the 3rd time tonight for Bismarck. He'll take one inside for a ball. It's the top third due up for Bismarck. Rakowski, Fuchs, gross close. The 1-0 to Rakowski is high. Count 2 balls, no strikes on Aiden Rakowski, who walked back in the 3rd, was stranded at 3rd. 0 for 1 on the night. The 2-0 pitch. That one called for a strike on the outside corner. Count now 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch misses low for ball 3. And the count will go to 3 balls and a strike. And the 3-1, actually correction, 3-2 pitch called strike 3. My apologies. Aiden Rakowski rung up on strikes at the plate by Ryan Ingman. That's out number 3, strikeout number 3 tonight for Alex Seaver. And the first out recorded is Evan Fuchs will come to the plate, and he'll take a pitch for a strike. And the count goes to 0-1 on Evan Fuchs, who scored the only run tonight for Bismarck. The 0-1 to him, grounded off his body. The count will go to 0-2 as they'll kill that play. Fuchs with a double back in the first inning. Popped out to the second baseman in the 3rd inning. And that would bring him to a 1-for-2 ball game tonight. Seaver taking a look in over the top of his glove. The 0-2 pitch grounded right back up the middle. Seaver's got it on 1 hop. Will throw over to first base for the out. And Fuchs is out number 2 tonight in the 5th inning. Alex Seaver has not had a 1-2-3 inning tonight for Grand Forks. A chance here as Tanner Grossclose will come to the plate. A single and a ground out. He's 1 for 2 this evening for Bismarck. Seaver taking a look in over the top of the glove. And the pitch to Grossclose. Swing and a miss at a breaking pitch. And the count 0-1 on Tanner Grossclose. The 0-1 slapped foul to the left. 1 hop into the Bismarck dugout. And now Seaver is a strike away from his first 1-2-3 inning. You can't really say that it feels like there's been a momentum shift. It's a little bit less than that, but it does feel a bit different after that run for Grand Forks. The 0-2, grounded to second base. Pribula's got it, a little bit of a bobble. He's got it back. Throws to first base for the out. Tanner Grossclose is out number 3, and Alex Seaver does get his first 1-2-3 inning. Nothing across for Bismarck in their half of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Your score on the All-True scoreboard remains Bismarck 1, Grand Forks 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports on KNOX Radio.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks. Gear up for ski season or hit the trails on a fat tire bike. At the Ski and Bike Shop, we offer top brands, ski and snowboard service, and everything you need for cold weather fun. The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks, where your next adventure begins.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network.
News Radio 1310 KNOX AM Grand Forks, 107.9 and 103.3 KNOX FM. Translated on K239BG in Grand Forks and K277DN in Grand Forks.
Ryan Cunningham with you here this evening from Kraft Field, Grand Forks. will make their way into the bottom of the fifth with Leighton Pribula leading things off, then back to the top of the order. 1-1 between Grand Forks and Bismarck after 4.5 innings tonight. Nathan Heil back out there for his 5th inning of work. He's given up a run on a pair of hits, struck out 4. Pribula ready, and time is called before the pitch is delivered, and that's due to a little bit of extra music making its way out for some ambiance tonight out onto the field. So Leighton Pribula will get ready to go again. Pribula was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. No at-bat tonight. He swings and hits one foul back behind the plate. And it's no balls and a strike on Leighton Pribula. Big game scenario here tonight, really for both teams. Bismarck 7-6 coming into this one tonight in the statewide conference. The 0-1 pitch swung through and missed. Count to 0-2. I noticed that Mandan's 8-5, and those are the only 2 teams that have odd numbers of games. The 0-2 misses away for a ball, so going to assume that they probably play a couple of dates, split them up a little bit. The crosstown rival Bismarck-Mandan, fun way to do it. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Pribula misses inside for a ball. The count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 on Pribula. Look in by Heil, the 2-2, check swing, missed inside and low. Heil a bit of a grimace. I think he thought he had the inside corner, but the corners, both pitchers have tried to will some extra strikes in there tonight. Payoff pitch misses low for ball 4, and Pribula is aboard with a walk. And Nathan Heil has walked his 3rd man tonight. So 4 strikeouts, now going with 3 walks and a hit batsman. Second time through the order has been a little bit more difficult for Heil than the first time through. And Caden Tostenson comes to the plate as the leadoff man is aboard, actually at the plate now for Grand Forks, with the inning leadoff man aboard, nobody out. And Tostenson shows bunt, lays it down first base side. Only play will be to first. It's straight up 1-3 on the putout. Bismarck did not rotate. Tostenson is out 1-3 on a sacrifice to move the runner into scoring position, and it will move Pribula on to second. Gabe Schauer to the plate. We talked about bunts being a big deal. Bismarck laid one down in the bottom, or actually top of the first with their cleanup man to score their lone run. Now Grand Forks bunting a man over, and it may pay off as a pitch gets away past ball. Cooper Johnson couldn't reel in one on the outside part of the play, or actually off the plate, but Pribula will advance on a wild pitch. Now we'll see what Grand Forks is thinking. Infield comes in for a play at the plate. Schauer 0 for 2 tonight, stands ready. The 1-0 to Schauer. That one misses away for a ball. If you were thinking of equaling small ball for small ball here, got a runner at 3rd with some decent speed. Would you squeeze in the go-ahead run? 2-0 pitch pops again out of the glove of Johnson. It's up high for ball 3. The count's 3 balls, no strikes on Schauer. And a tough part of the order coming up for Grand Forks. Rylan Carinta bats next. A set by Heil, the 3-0 pitch. Called a strike. Inside corner, top part of the zone. 3-1 on Gabe Schauer. Heil sets, 3-1 pitch. Breaking pitch for a strike. Solid comeback here from Nathan Heil after getting behind 3-0. A couple of tough pitches to deliver. And now the 3-2 pitch on the way. Curveball inside out and foul back behind us. Schauer had to alter his cut, really had to uppercut a pitch to get a piece of it and stay alive in the at-bat. Heil sets again, another 3-2. Grounded foul. That one pulled hard towards the first base dugout. Bismarck infield remaining in, looking for a play at the dish. Grand Forks and Bismarck tied at 1. Grand Forks a runner at 3rd, nobody out, actually 1 out rather in the inning. And a swing and a miss. Got strike 3 on Gabe Schauer. That's a big strikeout for Nathan Heil. Blew a fastball by him. Something Grand Forks hasn't seen a lot of tonight. But Schauer is out number 2. And Rylan Carinta will come to the plate. Go-ahead run for Grand Forks down at 3rd base. These are the moments that Nick Chine talked about in our pregame report tonight. Can you get the big hit that you need in the later innings? Carinta ready. The pitch to him. He slaps it towards left field shallow. Long run for everybody. Drifting is shortstop Jack Pelham. And the most valuable defensive player for Bismarck tonight will make the catch. Carinta pops one up to the shortstop in shallow left field. That was tough to run down. But Jack Pelham's been solid all night for Bismarck at short. He makes the play. No runs, no hits, one left on for Grand Forks in the fifth. They strand a runner at third. We're through 5 full. Your score on the All True scoreboard remains Bismarck 1, Grand Forks 1. This is our coverage of Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, KNOX Radio, and KNOX Live Sports, and we're back with more next.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
We'll go to the 6th, 2-inning ball game now all of a sudden. Grand Forks and Bismarck tied at 1 apiece as we go to the 6th inning of work. Big at-bat rather, coming up for Bismarck. They've got 4, 5, and 6 to up. Kralik, Pearson, Cooper Johnson. And if you're Bismarck, you'd love to do something here in the inning, even if you don't come up with a run. Give yourself a chance to get back to your top in the 7th if you can get a runner or two. Joey Kralik will come to the plate. Alex Seaver takes a look in for his sign to start the 6th and delivers to Kralik. And the pitch misses away for ball 1. Both teams a run on 2 hits tonight. Grand Forks has 1 error. Bismarck has none. The errors have not factored into the scoring. The 1-0 hit foul back behind the plate. Glad to be with you tonight on KNOX Radio as well as KNOX Live Sports. A rare opportunity to be with you on the radio side tonight with the Twins on the All-Star break. Get a chance to bring you a radio broadcast this evening. The 1-1 to Kralik. He'll drive one to right field. Well hit, but right at Gabe Schauer. Twisting to his left, and Schauer will make the catch for out number 1. Kralik now in the night 0 for 1 with an RBI. He laid down a sacrifice bunt to squeeze in the lone run for Bismarck back in the 1st inning. Walked in the 3rd. So 0 for 1 tonight. And Carter Pearson has hit the ball to the shortstop twice tonight. Once in the air, once on the ground. Takes the first pitch from Seaver away for ball 1. Ball and no strikes on Pearson. Seaver continuing to work quickly. 1-0 pitch. Looked like a curveball that kind of came out of Seaver's hands a bit awkwardly and missed away. Count now 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 offering. Missed inside for ball 3. There's some value here in Seaver staying on target for Grand Forks, even with the bases empty. 3-0 pitch on the way. That one missed inside for ball 4, and that will be the one part of this that if you don't turn the double play now, Bismarck will at least have the chance, if they don't score here in the 6th, to get to the top of their order in the 7th. You go down in order here in the 6th if you're Bismarck, and you have 7, 8, and 9 due up in the 7th, and there's no guarantee you get back to your top of the order in the 7th inning. Now, if you stay out of the double play, you do. Jordan Merkel will come in to pinch run for Carter Pearson, the DH. So Merkel runs here in the 6th. Couple of different reasons here. They're going to try to get Merkel to beat one out on the ground to second, kind of force any play to beat a first base to try to stay out of that ground ball double play scenario. Cooper Johnson, strikeout, flyout, and will make a move over to first while Alex Seaver to chase Merkel back to the bag on a head first line. Johnson stands ready. Seaver will come set at the belt buckle. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball towards third, charged, up with it Rykow off his back foot, and the ball gets away up the first base line. A turn by Merkel at third. He's going to hold up there. Grand Forks was just saved by the assistant coach from Bismarck as Xander Wayne retrieves the baseball, and runners will be at the corners. So Merkel goes to third. Johnson will reach on an error that'll be charged to the third baseman, Ryan Rykow. And on to third goes Merkel on the error as well. And we'll see another pinch running situation coming up here for Bismarck, while Nick Chine, the head coach of Grand Forks, comes out of the dugout to talk with his infield. The runner, well, that's actually Cooper Johnson that was at first base. So we may not see a pinch runner here after all. We'll wait and find out who goes back out to run it first. But what happened in that scenario, for those of you that might not have picked it up, Rykow, the third baseman, who came up with that ball and tried to throw off his back foot, it was thrown away from Xander Wayne at first, and that ball scoots way up the fence in foul territory and probably allows Merkel to score if it didn't hit the Bismarck Governor's assistant coach at first base. But it hit the Governor's assistant coach and held up, and Xander Wayne didn't have as far to go get the ball, and that likely kept Merkel at third. We will see a runner now for Bismarck. It's Ethan Urlacher that will come in to run for Johnson. So Urlacher runs here in the sixth as well, and runners will be at the corners. And now if you're Bismarck, rather Grand Forks, you've talked about what you're going to do here as far as if they try to take a bag, do you make a play? The delayed double steal becomes a possibility as Grimm steps in, shows bunt, bunts it in the air, and the ball is caught by Xander Wayne, throw to first base. It's a double play. And that will retire Bismarck and their half of the sixth inning. Grimm pops the bunt up to first base. Wayne charging, makes the catch for out number two, and Urlacher had drifted away from the bag. A great rotation by Leighton Pribula from second on what was to cover a bunt. He was standing at first base ready, and the throw is 3-4 for out number three, and Bismarck is out on a pop-up throw-out double play that bails Grand Forks out of a tough situation in the sixth. No runs, no hits, and error. One left on. We've played 5.5. And your score on the All True scoreboard remains Bismarck 1, Grand Forks 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports along with KNOX Radio. And we're back with more next.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
We'll go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Grand Forks and Bismarck tied at 1-1 in what has been an absolute duel tonight in game one of this doubleheader. Reminder to you, we have one game of the doubleheader. We traditionally bring you the first game. We invite you out to the ballpark for game two. We want you to support the program. Bismarck will go into their bullpen, and we will see a change as Aiden Rakowski, the right fielder, will come into pitch. So Nathan Heil will be lifted, and Rakowski will come to the play, or actually come to the pitcher's mound for Bismarck, and he will face Ryan Rykow, Xander Wayne, and Alex Seaver, the middle third of the order for Grand Forks. And the pitch to Rykow is a fastball for a strike. The count will go to no balls and a strike. Try to pick up where the other position players are at. Drew Taylor still in left field. Swing and a miss by Rykow. We had a right fielder change in that scenario, so we'll try to pick that up as we can here. Rakowski comes in from right. Count no balls and 2 strikes. Rykow for 1 tonight, walked in the 4th inning. The 0-2 pitch. That one off speed, straight change, just missed. And the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes now on Rykow. 1-2 the count. And the 1-2 pitch, that one hammered foul. Have a weather update coming in for you tonight as well. I don't believe we expected this, but the National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm watch for our area tonight. And everything we've been told, here's a swing and a drive foul and out of play, is that there was very little chance for any sort of rainfall or anything like that for our area for quite some time. And we'll get the details. 1-2 pitch on the way. Breaking pitch missed upstairs for ball 2. Breaking pitch that had to have been tough for Ryan Reichow to hold off on, but he did. And the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 on the way. Reichow swings and lifts it in the air to shallow center. Coming in, Tanner Grossclose. And Grossclose will step up to make the catch. Reichow will fly out to center for out number 1, and Xander Wayne will come to the plate next. Well, we apologize, folks. We're having a hard time finding, there it is, the Bismarck Weather Office. They just issued this severe thunderstorm watch. They don't have it up as of yet for text to try to give it to you. Xander Wayne stands in, and Wayne will take a pitch for a strike. I think we have it now. And the 0-1 pitch to Wayne. That one called a strike on the inside corner. Wayne scored a run back in the 4th inning. Is 0 for 2 on the night, a strikeout, reaching on a fielder's choice. The 0-2 pitch, high and away for a ball. Counties in North Dakota affected include basically our counties in North Dakota, and it's basically West River from there, not into Minnesota. The 1-2 grounded foul left side. Severe thunderstorm watch in effect until midnight tonight. Grand Forks, Pembina, Cavalier, Griggs, Steele, Foster, Benson, Ramsey, and Walsh County, I believe, as well. The 1-2, Wayne swings and hits it foul. So basically, the counties from Highway 200 north to the Canadian border in northeast North Dakota covered by that severe thunderstorm watch. Again, it goes till midnight. Wayne ready for a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch from Rakowski. The 1-2 misses just low. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wayne has got the long ball in his bat. Let's see. 2-2 pitch. Breaking pitch missed high. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Becomes a 1-pitch at bat all of a sudden. Wayne ready. And the 3-2 from Rakowski. Got him swinging on a curveball, and a beauty from Aiden Rakowski for strike 3 on Xander Wayne. Wayne goes through, comes up empty. Rakowski has his first strikeout tonight. And with 2 outs and the base is empty, it's up to Alex Seaver. So Seaver comes to the plate. A single his last time up. He swings and drives one to the right side. That'll be a base hit. Second hit of the night for Alex Seaver. And he becomes the go-ahead run for Grand Forks in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dosh singled his last time up as well. So Grand Forks gets Seaver aboard. Probably not a stolen base threat here for Grand Forks. Dosh stands ready. A set by Rakowski and the pitch to Dosh. Slow curve. Dosh swung through it. The count's no balls and a strike on Dosh. Dosh 1 for 2 tonight. Singled in the 4th. Drove in the lone run of the game so far for Grand Forks. Rakowski settles. The 0-1 to Dosh. Another curveball, another swing and a miss. A couple of those have stayed up, and Matt Dosh has had eyes big as saucers on those curveballs. They've been inner half, and he's taken big cuts, stepping away from the plate. Set by Rakowski, the 0-2. Slow curve misses low and away. Count now a ball and 2 strikes on Mad Dosh. Pressure pitches for Aiden Rakowski here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 game between Grand Forks and Bismarck. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses away. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Dosh. Seaver away from first base once again. Set by Rakowski, 2-2. Curveball grounded to third. Glove cleanly by Evan Fuchs. He'll throw across the diamond for the out. Dosh grounds out for out number 3. Grand Forks puts a runner on board but can't come up with a run, and we'll go to the 7th in a tie ball game. For Grand Forks in the 6th, no runs, a hit, 1 left. We have played 6 full. Your score on the all-true scoreboard remains Bismarck 1 and Grand Forks 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports with KNOX Radio.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
We'll go to the 7th. 1-1 game. We thought these would be good ones tonight. Big games in the statewide league. Bismarck 7-6, Grand Forks 7-7. Final parts of the regular season coming in here, and everything means a lot right now in the middle of these statewide standings. And now we're at 1-1 going into the 7th, and so a great setup for this one tonight. Bismarck will come to the plate in the 7th with Drew Taylor, Jack Pelham, and back to the top for Aiden Rakowski, who's now the pitcher for Bismarck. And Grand Forks will send Alex Seaver back out to the hill for his 7th inning of work tonight. He's pitched to beauty, a run on 2 hits. He struck out 3 and walked 4. And the pitch to Taylor, he shows bunt, beautiful down the third base line, but a twist just foul. Bismarck has had absolutely no hesitation laying down the bunt. It's good to see that in a game that largely has forgotten the value of bunting. Bismarck scored their lone run tonight on a bunt by their cleanup hitter in the first inning, and they've had no problems laying them down. That one a strike. Drew Taylor on the night has reached on a fielder's choice and walked. He's also stolen a bag. 0 for 1 officially. The 0-1 from Seaver. That one misses away for a ball. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike on the left fielder for the Bismarck Governors. The 1-1 pitch. That one misses low for ball 2. Bismarck after tonight. Pitch misses inside for a ball, and the count now 3-1. As we guessed, they have the Mandan Chiefs next week. Second time around between the Chiefs and the Governors. 3-1 pitch, called a strike on the outside corner. It's a 7:30 start. That'll be at home for Bismarck, and I like the way they do that between Bismarck and Mandan. They like to make baseball a big deal in the capital. 3-2 to Taylor. That one missed low, or no, called strike 3 on the outside corner. The way they reacted at the plate, it looked like Taylor was going to get rid of the bat and go down to first base. Instead, Taylor is rung up. And that will be strikeout number 4 for Alex Seaver tonight. Brings Jack Pelham to the plate. 0 for 2 on the night for Pelham. Swinging a ground ball right back on one hop to Seaver. He'll throw to first base for the out. 1-3 on the putout for round number 2. Bismarck does bring the top of their order to the plate here in the 7th. Aiden Rakowski makes his way to the dish. Rakowski walked and stole a bag in the 3rd. He was stranded at third base. And he stands ready here. Breaking pitch misses inside for a ball. The count of ball and no strikes on Aiden Rakowski. From the line, the 1-0 pitch. Curveball for a strike from Alex Seaver. The count 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. That one hammered right side. That's a 2-out base hit for Rakowski. Line shot. Pitch got up in the zone, and Rakowski drives it to left field for a 2-out single. Evan Fuchs to the plate, who doubled back in the first inning, and Grand Forks gives themselves a threat to work with here you've got a chance. That really is what this comes down to for the Governors at this point. Tie ball game, it's 2 outs. Would they swipe a bag? Let's see. Fastball for a strike on the outside corner. Evan Fuchs will take it for a strike. Rakowski's the right fielder. Probably some good speed. He's stolen a base already tonight. A look towards first by Seaver. He's going to make a move that way, and he caught Rakowski leaning just a bit. We'll see if that telegraphs something that's coming up here. Seaver takes a look in. Bunt is shown. Pitch misses away for a ball. Pegged to second base. It's in time if they tagged him, and the call is he's safe. Base umpire Jason Schwabe on top of the call. Perfect position. Saw it all the way. And I believe he ruled that Rakowski, with an aggressive slide to the back of the bag, missed the tag. Nick Chine, the head coach of the Royals, will come out and talk with Jason Schwabe. The call took some time to come in, which is why you're going to see some doubt from the players involved about whether or not the call was accurate. But conversation stopped and then restarted, and I think based on the body language here and the tempo of the conversation, a stop and a restart, and the base umpire talking back to the coach on his way off the diamond, I don't think Nick Chine is happy about that call. So Rakowski swipes second. From here, really tough to tell. It was a great slide by Rakowski, we can tell you that much. 1-1 pitch now to Fuchs. Swing and a miss. And the count will go to a ball and 2 strikes. Pressure situation here again for Alex Seaver. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The go-ahead run in scoring position for Bismarck in the top of the 7th. The 1-2 grounded foul off the end of the bat towards the Bismarck, or rather the Grand Forks dugout. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. A set by Seaver. Rakowski from second, the 1-2 to Fuchs. That one hammered foul to the right side. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. If you're Seaver, you want to keep the ball down here in this situation. Ahead in the count, you don't want to bring something up. That one was a bit elevated. It gave Fuchs a chance to get a good piece of the bat on it. Seaver look back at second base again. Another 1-2 pitch. That one misses away back to the screen. And the runner's on to third. That'll be a wild pitch. David Larson was nowhere near that one. Count levels up on Evan Fuchs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a double and a run scored. He scored the lone run for Bismarck tonight. That was all the way back in the first inning. We're here in the 7th. The 2-2 pitch to Fuchs. Curveball got him swinging, strike 3. Big strikeout to register for Alex Seaver as he gets out of a threat with a go-ahead run at third. Fuchs swings through it, and Grand Forks out of a jam in the top half of the 7th inning. No runs on a hit, 1 left on, and Bismarck is stranded 7 tonight. We've played 6.5. Your score on the All True scoreboard remains Bismarck 1 and Grand Forks 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Brevard's Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports and KNOX Radio.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Brevard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to Revards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
One thing about the game, it's had terrific pace tonight. We're at 6:36. We started at 4:59. We've been at it just an hour and 37 minutes, and we're into the bottom of the 7th inning. A run on 3 hits for both teams. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and we're tied at 1. Grand Forks with a chance to win it. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for Grand Forks. David Larson, Leighton Pribula back to the top of the order, Caden Tostenson. Not only is it even a run on 3 hits apiece, but each team is right in the same spot in their lineup. Bismarck came to the plate with 8, 9, and 1 in the 7th. Grand Forks will come to the plate 8, 9, and 1 in the 7th. So does Grand Forks get production out of the bottom of their order, or does it become sort of a test of what's going to happen when the heavier hitters get their way to the plate in crucial innings down the stretch? Larson ready, and the pitch from Rakowski, lifted in the air right side on the infield and in foul territory. First baseman Joey Kralik stepping back, reaches back behind him and makes the catch. Tough play for Joey Kralik. Had to track that one deep into foul territory. Larson flies out for out number 1 of the 7th. That'll bring Leighton Pribula to the plate. Larson now 0 for 3. Pribula's been aboard a couple of times tonight, hit by a pitch and walked. And the first pitch to him is a strike. The count will go to no balls and a strike on Pribula. He was hit in the 3rd, walked in the 5th, and was stranded at third base back in the 5th inning. The 0-1 breaking pitch, weak swing, went around. The count, no balls, 2 strikes. Look in by Aiden Rakowski. The 0-2 breaking pitch hit in the air to center. Twisting towards the gap, and it's shallow. And it'll be the right fielder, Aiden Rakowski, or rather the new right fielder that comes on to take control of the baseball for the out. And 2 outs as we'll see Pribula pop out. And that'll bring us to Caden Tostenson. The new right fielder, by the way, is Tate. I believe it's Shaner that's out in right field. Just got to look at his numbers. So Tate Shaner is the man who came into the game to play right field for Bismarck. Tostenson at the plate. The 1-0 is chopped towards second base. Pelham waits on it, has it, and we're on our way to free baseball tonight. Tostenson grounds out to the shortstop for out number 3, and this game will go to the 8th inning. Grand Forks in the 9th, nothing across, rather in the 7th, nothing across. Let's go to the 8th. Your score on the Ultra scoreboard. The Governors won, the Royals won. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, and KNOX Radio.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Will Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our number 1.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job. If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Grand Forks will go to their bullpen here as well. I don't know that I have a first name for the pitcher for Grand Forks. I apologize, but we took a picture of their lineup card tonight, and on their lineup card, they didn't fill in first names for their reserve players. And what I see is a number 15 out there. This will be Allery that goes out to pitch for Grand Forks. So Alex Seaver will be lifted. Likely going to take a spot on the infield here, I would guess. He normally would move on to shortstop or second base. And Seaver goes 7 innings tonight. Gives up a run that was earned on 3 hits. Seaver strikes out 5 and walks 4. And I believe that Seaver is going to play over at second base to keep things moving here. Nope, he will play at shortstop. It'll be Dosh that squeezes over to second base. So Seaver is now the shortstop. Dosh is now the second baseman for Grand Forks. And Allery comes in to pitch for the Royals. Allery might come into the game for Leighton Pribula, who is at second base, as again Grand Forks started without the DH tonight. Tanner Grossclose leads things off for Bismarck in the 8th inning. And the pitch on the way is a foul tip off the glove of David Larson. And it's 0-1 on Tanner Grossclose. Grossclose a single back in the 1st inning. Little Dyer that went over second base and ended up dropping in for a base hit that scored the lone run for Bismarck so far tonight. He's 1 for 3. The 0-1 belted to right field. That'll be a base hit. And Tanner Grosclose is aboard with a single for the Bismarck Governors, the leadoff man aboard here in the 8th inning. Grand Forks chased into their bullpen. Ryan Reichow would be their next pitcher to get a start, and they're not going to throw him in order tonight. They're not going to bring Reichow in. They want to make sure they have a starter set up for game 2. Joey Krolick to the plate. So Krolick to the plate, walked back in the 3rd, laid down a bunt to drive in a run back in the 1st. He shows bunt here. Runner goes, pegged to second base. Tag applied, and he's out at second base. Grosclose is caught stealing. Matt Dosh covering on the play. The put out is 2-4 for out number 1. That time they got him. And the count, a ball and no strikes on Joey Krolick with the bases now empty for Bismarck in the 8th. 0 for 1 on the night for Joey Krolick, but a run driven in. The 1-0 pitch to Krolick. Fastball paints the outside corner. Count level, 1 ball, 1 strike. Krolick flew out to right field his last time up. That was in the 6th. The 1-1 nubbed towards the first baseline. This will drift foul, and Allery will pick it up on the right-hand side of the line for a foul ball. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Grand Forks next game up after this. East Grand Forks in a non-counter next week, and then Tuesday with Minot. That'll be the final counters for Grand Forks this season. They play at home on Monday. They go on the road on Tuesday. State tournament baseball comes to Grand Forks next week. The 1-2 to Krolick just missed outside. Count levels up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The State A. Actually, it won't be next week. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. They got Krolick on strikes and a changeup. And Allery has his first strikeout. 2 away. Next week should be regional tournament stuff that goes on. East-West Regional. I know that the West Regional is out in Dickinson next week, so that should be regional tournament stuff, not State A tournament stuff coming up next week. 2 outs, bases empty. And Tate Shaner, who steps into the spot that was occupied by the DH after Merkel ran for Pearson earlier. Now it'll be Shaner who's playing in right field. Steps in as the DH here, takes a pitch for a ball, takes another for a ball. And it's 2 balls and no strikes on Tate Shaner, his first trip to the dish tonight. The 2-0 on the way. Fastball, just missed ball 3. All around it here for Allery, hasn't been able to find the strike zone. 3 balls, no strikes. The 3-0 pitch called a strike on the outside corner. And the count is 3-1. The 3-1 to Shaner. High, ball 4, and a 2-out base runner for Bismarck here in the 8th inning. First walk issued by Allery tonight as well. 2 outs, 2 on. The leadoff man was aboard for Bismarck, but Tanner Grosclose, the center fielder, good speed, was caught stealing. Big play by David Larson behind the plate. Now a 2-out base runner. Cooper Johnson set to come to the plate. Swing and a miss, and this will be Cooper Johnson re-entering into his position. He was run for by Urlacher back in the 6th inning, but Johnson will reclaim the catcher spot. Swings and misses, and the count's 0-1. Allery checks over to first base. The 0-1 pitch, that one tight. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 tie in the top of the 8th between Grand Forks and Bismarck. Bismarck scored a run in the 1st inning. Grand Forks didn't have their first hit until the 4th. They scored a run in the 4th. Lots of zeros on the scoreboards tonight. Allery will deliver 1-1. Ground ball left side. A diving pick is made at 3rd, and Reichow off his back foot and a knee throws over to first base, but not in time to catch up to Cooper Johnson, who beats it out for an infield single. Reichow made it look good, a diving stab at 3rd, and he threw off a knee and was able to get it all the way across the diamond. Johnson will be run for again by Urlacher. And that means that Bismarck's going to lose their catcher. You sub twice, and that player is done for the night, so that means that they'll have a new catcher coming out in the 8th inning. That could be a big deal as Jacoby Grimm will come to the plate for Bismarck. Pitch misses low for ball 1. Re-entry rule. As a starter, you can be subbed for once and re-enter, but you cannot be subbed for twice. And in an extra inning game, catcher's position very important. It's a big gamble. Pitch swung on, grounded left side. That'll be a base hit to left field. They're going to wave around the runner at second base, Shaner, and Shaner will come in to score. The throw gets away momentarily. It's backed up by Allery. Moving up on the play is Urlacher to third, and Bismarck will take an extra innings lead. It's 2-1 Governors. Jacoby Grimm comes up with an RBI single to left. They were waving Shaner around all the way. And now runners at the corners as Nick Chine, the head coach of the Royals, will come out to have a word with his staff. And there's still danger on the base paths for Bismarck with Drew Taylor coming to the plate. So the Governors take a 2-1 lead, 3 hits in the inning to go up by a 2-1 margin. A quick meeting on the hill for Bismarck head coach Nick Chine. The infielders will go back and take their positions. And now Grand Forks has to avoid any further damage and try to give themselves an opportunity to tie the baseball game in their half of the 8th inning. We talked about in these games the little things mattering, and one of the things we talked about early in the game tonight, Bismarck with depth. They have 7 players on the bench coming into tonight's matchup. So they go with the DH. They've got 10 on the lineup, and they've got 7 on the bench. And Grand Forks with just 3 on the bench and no DH. And depth can matter in these situations, and Bismarck has used their depth. Shaner coming in off the bench as the 3rd player to be in the designated hitter spot, the number 5 spot in the order tonight. They ran for Carter Pearson. Pearson started. And Shaner comes up scoring right now the go-ahead run after walking and being advanced. Pitch high over the head of Drew Taylor. And the count to 2 balls and no strikes now on Drew Taylor, who's walked, reached in a fielder's choice, struck out tonight. Bottom of the order production as well for Bismarck. Just some of the little things in this matchup. Swing and a miss. Pitch to 2 balls and a strike. Game certainly not over yet by any stretch, but you start to take a look at how it's played out, and those are some of the things that end up mattering in a game that will be decided by a limited number of runs. A set, the 2-1 pitch. Caught the inside corner for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2-1 Bismarck here in the 8th. Urlacher from 3rd, Grimm from 1st. Taylor standing ready. A set by Allery, the 2-2. A runner goes from 1st. There will be no play. Defensive indifference, and Grimm will take 2nd. The count 3 balls, 2 strikes. And I'm getting a correction, and I should have known this. My apologies, but they will not have to change their catcher. My apologies for the Bismarck audience tonight. 3-2 pitches hit foul. Count will remain 3 balls and 2 strikes. I don't know if this is a rule change this year or last year, but my apologies. At the AA level, I was used to them playing straight American Legion rules, but that's a courtesy runner situation for the catcher. So Johnson will be back. 3-2 pitches high for ball 4, and the bases will be loaded with Governors. Allery issues the 2nd walk. Tom Dosh, who's tuning in tonight, informs me of that. My thanks to Tom for helping me out with that rule. So that was a courtesy runner situation for the catcher with Urlacher running tonight. That means Bismarck will retain their catcher. That makes that decision a bit easier. Jack Pelham to the plate. He'll take a pitch high for a ball. So the count, a ball and no strikes. Again, up until just a couple of years ago, it was straight American League rules for the AA teams. Pitch called a strike at the belt. The single A and B teams used more high school-ish type rules, but courtesy runner situation. So Cooper Johnson will be back behind the plate for Bismarck to start the bottom of the 8th. Time is called at the plate by Jack Pelham as Allery went into his windup. This becomes the longest half inning of the night. 7th batter to the plate here for Bismarck. Pelham 0 for 3 tonight. Strikeout, couple of groundouts. The 1-1 to him. Up high for a ball. There's no place to put him. Urlacher at third, Grimm at second, Taylor at first for the Governors. Allery will have to deliver some big pitches. The 2-1 pitch. That one called a strike at the knees. Nipped the bottom of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big pitch coming up here. The 2-2 pitch on the way to Pelham. Curveball drifting in the air. Center field reaching up is the second baseman, Tom Dosh, to make the play. Pelham will pop out to Dosh to retire the Governors in their half of the 8th, but they do damage. A run on 3 hits, they'll leave them loaded. The Governors have stranded 10 runners tonight. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. New score on the All True scoreboard. It'll be Bismarck 2 and Grand Forks 1. This is our coverage of American Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, and KNOX Radio.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
We will go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Grand Forks needs a run to stay in it. It's Bismarck 2, Grand Forks 1. Here in the 8th tonight, Bismarck squeezing across a run in their half of the 8th. I should say, rather, Bismarck squeezing across a run in their half of the 8th. Grand Forks to 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Gabe Schauer, Rylan Carinta, Ryan Reichow due up. And set to face Aiden Rakowski, who will go into his second inning of work tonight in relief. Correction, not his second inning of work. He will go into his 4th inning of work tonight. Rakowski coming in after the 4th inning tonight and has pitched well in the 4th, or rather the 5th, 6th, and 7th, and this will be his 4th inning in relief tonight. Schauer ready to step to the plate for Grand Forks. He's 0 for 3. Schauer stands ready, and the pitch to him. A fastball called a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 on Gabe Schauer. Grounded out to short. Ended an inning on a fielder's choice. That was in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. The 0-1 to him. Ground ball right side. That's a base hit, and Grand Forks has the leadoff man aboard in the 8th inning. So the Royals put the tying run aboard here in the bottom of the 8th with nobody out. And probably decision time here for Nick Chine. He's giving out the signals. Schauer with good speed. You'd think about perhaps bunting him over with Reichow and Wayne coming up behind him to try to score that game-tying run. Carinta shows bunt and bunts it just behind the plate. Boy, that's a gamble in that situation for Carinta. He stood at the plate and watched that ball, and if that ball is fielded out over home plate, it's a fair ball. That ball was very close to home plate as it was fielded behind the plate by Cooper Johnson. No balls and a strike on Rylan Carinta. Carinta 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a pop out tonight. Brings the bunt down, lays it down the third base line. Beautiful bunt. With it is Fuchs. Throw to first base just in time to get Carinta. But Carinta does a job and moves Schauer over to second. 5-3 put out for out number 1. And it will be up to Ryan Reichow and Xander Wayne to try to tie the baseball game for Grand Forks here in the 8th inning. Reichow is 0 for 2 on the night. Wayne is 0 for 3 and has scored a run. These are the 4-5 hitters at the plate. These are your production guys for Grand Forks, and they need to produce here. 2-1 lead for Bismarck in the bottom of the 8th inning. Shower away from second base. Rakowski sets, looks back at second base. And the pitch to Rykow is a curveball high for a ball. And the pitch to Rykow. That one called a strike on the outside corner. Count levels up on Ryan Rykow. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rykow's had some tough swings tonight. We'll see if he can settle in here a bit. Rakowski a look back at second base. Another check. The 1-1 to Rykow. Takes that one for a strike in the outer half. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Ryan Rykow. 2-1 lead, Bismarck in the bottom of the 8th inning. A drift away from second base by Shower. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he's got Rykow. Or did the ball get a piece? Looks like it did. Rykow got a piece of it to stay alive. My apologies, folks. Couldn't see it from the angle that we have over home plate tonight. Didn't see the ball come out in front of catcher Cooper Johnson. But Rykow got just a piece of it. You could hear it, but not sure if Johnson caught it or not. So it remains 1-2. Another 1-2 from Rakowski. Fastball just missed outside. Count levels at 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rykow. Now to look back at second base by Rakowski. 2-2 pitch. That one flared foul. Opposite way to the left and out of play. Another 2 ball, 2 strike pitch coming up to Ryan Rykow here in extra innings, the 8th, tying run on second base for Grand Forks. The 2-2. Nubbed foul, curveball, got just a piece of it. Again, stays alive. It is so hard to get a win at this level in North Dakota. It is just so hard to beat a team when you're at this level of baseball, this AA level. It is so good. I look back at second base. Another 2-2 pitch. Rykow blasts it to left field. It'll be a base hit. No chance to score the run, however. Shower will have to hold up at third as Ryan Rykow got a big piece of it to send it to left field for a hit. And now Xander Wayne to the plate with a tying run at third and 1 out in the inning. Rykow aboard, now representing the potential winning run for Grand Forks. And no move to the Grand Forks bench to run for him. So runners on the corners with 1 out in the inning. Xander Wayne scored back in the 4th. He scored the lone run for Grand Forks tonight. He's 0 for 3 on the night. The pitch to him. He swings and drives one into the right center field gap. It's deep, and this one's going to go all the way to the wall. Rykow is around third. They're going to try to bring him home. The game is tied. The throw to the plate, offline. Rykow slides safely and is out at the plate as he missed the plate on his slide. Coming across, the throw was backed up by Rakowski, who puts the tag on Rykow before Rykow can get back to the plate. The game will be tied at 2. Shower will score. Rykow is thrown out at the plate. The play will be 8-6 to 2-1 as the ball got away from catcher Cooper Johnson on the tag attempt and then is picked up by the pitcher, Aiden Rakowski, who alertly applies the tag. Xander Wayne goes to second base and represents the winning run in scoring position as Alex Seaver comes to the plate. It's a double for Xander Wayne straight away. And now with the game tied at 2, Bismarck head coach Skitlin will come to the hill to have a word with Aiden Rakowski. Rykow slid and had his hand out towards the plate, and home plate umpire Ryan Ingeman in perfect position to see that call exactly where they want you to be. Down the foul line, on the first base side of the plate, you've got a great chance to see everything there. And from what he saw, Rykow missed the back corner of the plate on his way by, and an unbelievably alert play by Aiden Rakowski, who was the pitcher, to back up a throw that got away from Cooper Johnson and quickly apply the tag on Rykow before Rykow could get back to home plate and score the game-winning run. Tied at 2. Game-winning run in scoring position for Grand Forks. Alex Seaver at the plate for the Royals. And the pitch to Seaver, a fastball low for ball 1. Seaver singled in the 4th inning. And they're going to intentionally walk Xander Wayne, and I'm not surprised by the ruling. So, Alex Seaver will be intentionally walked. My apologies, folks. Seaver will be walked. It's the first walk for Aiden Rakowski that's issued tonight. But Seaver will be walked to set up a force at any bag. And so it's up to Matt Dosh to come up with a game-winning knock. And the pitch to Dosh. Fastball misses away for ball 1. Dosh singled in the 4th and drove in the first run of the night for Grand Forks. The 1-0 pitch to Dosh, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike on Dosh. Runners from first and second. Look back at second base by Rakowski, the 1-1. Fastball missed away. Count to 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Dosh swings and grounds one weakly to the left side, foul. Two balls, 2 strikes on Matt Dosh. A single back in the 4th, couple of ground outs, 1 to third, 1 to short. He's pulled the ball a couple of times tonight. Dosh ready. Rakowski delivers 2-2. Dosh checks his swing, pitch misses low, and it will go 3. Balls, 2 strikes on Matt Dosh. Full count to Matt Dosh. Runners from first and second. The 3-2 pitch. Dosh swings and drives one into the right center field gap. It's down for a base hit. Xander Wayne will come home to score. And Grand Forks walks it off in extra innings tonight by a score of 3-2. Wayne comes home to score as Matt Dosh comes up with his second hit tonight. And Grand Forks will come from behind to win by a final score of 3-2 this evening in a thriller here at Kraft Field in the Oxford Sports Complex tonight. Grand Forks gets the win and moves to 8-7 in league play on a thriller against Bismarck tonight. That will drop Bismarck to 7-7 in league play. We thought it would be a good one. It turns out to be walk-off fashion tonight for the Grand Forks Royals as they win it by a final score of 3-2 in 8 innings tonight. We'll come back with your post-game totals, our post-game awards, and a wrap-up next on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports with KNOX Radio.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Welcome back to Kraft Field. A happy Kraft Field tonight as Grand Forks wins game 1 of the doubleheader in walk-off fashion tonight by a final score of 3-2 in what was just an absolutely thrilling 8th inning tonight. Grand Forks with 2 chances to win the game. They capitalize on the second one. And with the win, Grand Forks will move to 8-7 in league play. Bismarck will fall to a record of 7-7 in league play, and that's going to move Grand Forks into the number 4 spot in the statewide standings after the opener here tonight. Let's give you our post-game totals this evening. And as we go into those post-game totals, we talked all throughout the night on how little things matter. Bismarck will strand 10 runners in scoring position tonight, and that's going to be definitely something that matters for the Governors. They did some little things extremely well tonight, but stranding 10 runners on base this evening is a big, big number when you score just 2 runs on a night like this. For the Grand Forks Royals, 3 runs on 7 hits. They commit 2 errors and leave 4. And the win tonight will go in relief to Allery, who throws an inning this evening. Allery will give up a run on 3 hits. He struck out 1 and walked 2 to get the win. Alex Seaver, a no decision tonight. 7 innings of 1-run baseball. That run was earned. He ends up giving up just 2 hits tonight. Seaver struck out 5 and walked 4 in a no decision, but the win will go to Allery for Grand Forks. For Bismarck, 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They leave 10 runners on base tonight, and the loss will go to Aiden Rakowski, who goes 4 2/3 innings tonight. Rakowski will end up giving up 2 runs this evening on what will end up being 4 base hits. Actually, let me make a correction. 2 runs on 5 hits tonight for Aiden Rakowski. Rakowski struck out 1 and walked 1. So the loss to Rakowski, the win to Allery, 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 10 left for Bismarck. 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors, 4 left for Grand Forks. And your final score tonight on the All True scoreboard will be Grand Forks 3, Bismarck 2 in 8 innings this evening. The game played out in 2 hours and 4 minutes this evening. It began at 4:59 and ended at 7:03 Central Daylight Time at Kraft Field and Oxford Sports Complex here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Let's get you into our post-game awards that we have for this evening, as our post-game report brought to you by Spring Advantage. Everything you need for spraying and application on your farm. The difference between Spring Advantage and their competitors is that Spring Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, and seed tenders, and 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spring Advantage, make them a part of your agricultural game plan now and for years to come. And our post-game report brought to you by the Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure awaits. They can fit you out for boots, whether it's for skis on the snow and ice or skis on the water, and there's still plenty of season to get out on those kinds of water skis. And with temperatures like we've had lately, why don't you cool off with a time in the lake with the Ski and Bike Shop? And also Trek Bicycles, the best in the business to get you moving in the right direction all throughout the course of this summer. Our Player of the Game Award brought to you tonight by PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks and Devils Lake, where the PS stands for Perfect Service. PS Garage Doors can service any make and garage door in any style. They can also provide you with painless shopping if it's time to replace a garage door. PS Garage Doors, call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR. Player of the game tonight, got to be Matt Dosh, 2 for 4 with the walk-off knock this evening for Matt Dosh. Pair of hits, he was the only man to come up with multiple base hits tonight for Grand Forks, and with that knock in the 7th, he plates the winning run. So Matt Dosh will be our Player of the Game award winner. Our second award is our Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the game, and that belongs to Finest Auto Trim. Big or small, they cover it all at Finest Auto Trim. When it's time for you to cover things that you need to protect outdoors, like AC units or power generators, maybe a boat or a pontoon that you had throughout the season, Finest Auto Trim can custom make the cover to protect that device outside. And of course, they're specializing in recovering your vehicle and marine seats. You know, your boat comes in after the end of this year and you've got some tough-looking seats. Take those to Finest Auto Trim. Let them recover those seats for you so that you have the opportunity to hit the water next year with some great-looking seats. And those of you in agriculture, your implements that you're going to use this fall, if you've got worn seats, get those to Finest Auto Trim so that they can take care of those for you as well and make sure that you're supported and comfortable throughout the upcoming busy harvest season. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, they cover it all. No question, that has to go to the starting pitcher tonight for Grand Forks, Alex Seaver. 7 innings, he goes a complete game, gives up 1 run on 2 hits. He struck out 5 and walked 4. Nothing like a nice pitching performance to give you a cover defensively for a baseball team. Alex Seaver did that. He'll pick up the Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the game. That's going to do it for our coverage of Legion Baseball tonight here at Kraft Field. We thank you for joining us. Those of you that are in the area, come on out for game number 2, a thriller tonight in extra innings. Grand Forks wins it walk-off style. Your final score, the Royals 3 and the Bismarck Governors 2. This has been our coverage of high school baseball and Legion Baseball on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, and KNOX Radio. Twins baseball with the Chicago Cubs back on the radio side coming up tomorrow night. We join our regular programming on the radio side in progress.